by Mason Green, redshirt sophomore defensive lineman, but that was very, very close in that backfield to a sack. A loss on the play, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 13, a loss of 3. We have 1:05 showing on the clock. Ball is at the 44 of the Wildcats. That is the first sack for Green, the 5th sack of the day for the Wildcat defense. 5 sacks, 4 takeaways, not bad. Lobos gets the snap. Lobos looking, pocket collapsing on a crossing route complete. Lewis twisted down just inside the 40-yard lines where they marked the ball by Nigel Glover again. We're down to 50 seconds. 3rd and 9 upcoming here for Central Michigan. And the Wildcats will enjoy this final half minute or so.
Mason Green, defensive lineman, redshirt sophomore out of Brentwood, Tennessee. Did you see him close on the sideline? Yeah. That guy is quick.
But he was smart enough to pull up.
Yes, he was.
22 seconds to go. Could be the final play. And now they, on a little trickeration, they hand it off to Justin Ruffin. 16 seconds left, and he's taken down by Hayes of the Wildcats. 16 seconds to go. That's it. They just got David Braun with the Gatorade bucket. Final seconds winding down here. It's all over in Detroit, and make it 6 straight bowl victories for the Northwestern Wildcats. A wire-to-wire win over Central Michigan here. It's all over as the Wildcats are champions of the Game Above Sports Bowl, and they extend their bowl winning streak to 6 in a row. 34-7, a resounding win for the Wildcats here in Detroit on this day after Christmas. Two teams exchanging handshakes, fist bumps at the center of the field as they bring out the platform for the trophy ceremony coming up, which we'll be bringing you. Keep up to date on the Wildcats by downloading the Northwestern app. Receive game day updates, news for all your favorite Northwestern teams, and access your mobile ticketing account. Search for the Northwestern Wildcats on the App Store and Google Play Store today. Northwestern football is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Back to recap it in a moment. Final score, Northwestern 34, Central Michigan 7. This is Northwestern football presented by Wintrust from Learfield on 720 WGN.
Searching for a place to stay when visiting Northwestern? We've got you covered. When traveling.
We'll see. There always seems to be something, so I'm always eager to see if there will be something again here this afternoon as well. It's been such a hectic time, and it's such a changing landscape. When we were here the last time, there was no transfer portal. Talking about in this bowl game, there was no transfer portal, there was no NIL. Now you're trying to figure out for sure who's in, who's out. How has that been in terms of getting ready, your team ready for this game?
I think that all comes down to transparency, communication. Garrett Chernoff, Marcus Hendrickson, myself have talked to a lot of players over the last 3-4 weeks. We started that right after Wisconsin and been in negotiation with a lot of agents and a lot of players, and feel really good about our retention for not only this game but also 2026. I think that's going to be the main focus. You just never know right before the game or at halftime. Some people, decide to not play anymore, but we've had those in the past. But that's all part of the bowl experience. I mean, this is like I said, that's why it's a celebration of 25. And it's a start of 26 because you're able to get a lot of young players on that field, and that's critical for our development.
You guys obviously have had success. You're 6-0 in bowl games here at Minnesota. What do you think has been a key to that success rate?
Well, any success anybody's ever had has to do with the players, right? Staff, but really the players. I mean, our kids love to play football, and any chance they get a chance to play, whether it's guys that have played and older guys, even when the guys have opted out, younger guys get an opportunity to go play. I mean, we don't take football for granted, that's for sure, at this program and at the University of Minnesota. Our guys love to play. It's part of the recruiting process, part of the selection process is loving football. And any chance they get a chance to play, they do it, and they do it at a high level. We've been preparing for 4 weeks. That's a lot more football than what people think. It's longer than technically spring ball when you add up all the practices. So I'm really proud of what they've done, how hard they've worked. And now you get to go enjoy it for 3 hours and play one more time as a 25 team.
And if you're going to play, you might as well win it.
You might as well. I mean, they got a really good team over there. We're going to do everything we can to be 1-0. We don't talk much about what we've done in the past. We talk about what this team can do and what they can accomplish. And the best they can do right now is be 1-0 and go play their best football game of the year.
One of the cool things this week, I noticed, whenever it's Halloween week on our coaches show, Heather, your wife, always brings up this picture of you dressed up as Jim McMahon for Halloween for like 4 or 5 years. When you were young, he was your guy, and he shows up at practice one day and has an autographed picture for you. That picture of you in the Jim McMahon Halloween outfit.
I think that just shows like the personal touch of bowl games. The Yellow Jackets, Judy, Eric, the Rape Bowl, Scott, people who just really care about creating a moment of memory. They approached me at Media Day in Vegas. They asked me if I knew who Jim McMahon was. They asked me to take a picture with the Rape Bowl trophy, and I was like, yeah, because we won it in the past. Then we got on Jim McMahon topic, and I was like, oh, man, that was for him for Halloween. They took that in the summer and then never talked about it again. And then at practice a few days ago, we don't have a very good play to start practice, and I'm hot. And Garrett comes up and taps me on the shoulder, and I kind of look around like, why is Garrett tapping me on the shoulder? I'm coaching at this point. And I turn around, it's Jim McMahon. Every Halloween I wanted to be Jim McMahon, the Punky QB, Super Bowl Shuffle. He was everything for me as a kid. And to have them take that personal touch and put him at practice and sign the picture that I had when I was a kid, it meant the world to me. That's what bowl games are about, that personal touch. They've created that experience for our players, our staff, myself, and got to give a lot of credit to the Yellow Jackets for that.
You made one reference I saw in the video that was posted that you were a unique guy. Jim McMahon, certainly a unique guy, that he was kind of influential in that you can be your own person.
He was. I mean, as a kid, I had so much energy. I know people think I have energy now. That's nothing compared to when I was a kid. And I was always just a little bit different. And he taught me just be yourself. And I had an idol and a hero and a role model who was a quarterback of the Chicago Bears that I wanted to emulate. I wanted to be like. I just wanted to be myself. And still to this day, at 45 years old, every day I get to be myself. And he inspired that it's okay to be yourself. And what a great message. But he looks awesome. It was so great to see him. I noticed him immediately. I mean, you recognize him. It was great.
Yeah, no mail this year. Maybe a headbutt in honor of Jim McMahon if you get the win, right?
Maybe just throw my hair back, put a headband on and some sunglasses, and sing the fight song or something.
Yeah.
The fight song Shuffle.
Was that Bear Down, Chicago Bears, something like that?
Yeah. Well, the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Yeah, the Shuffle for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I can still repeat every line of that thing. So Dennis Gentry was out there, Steve McMichael. I mean, it was big time.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hey, let's get a win today.
You bet. Row the boat, Sky Mel, go Gophers. Thanks for all of our fans who traveling out to the desert.
All right, very good. There he is, the head coach, PJ Fleck, sponsored by Planet Fitness, planetfitness.com. Stay with us. Kickoff's on the way, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher football is built on one word: elite. The Elite Fund gives head coach PJ Fleck the resources he needs to develop his student athletes to excel in the classroom, perform on the field, and grow within the community. Your support helps us be elite and reach new heights on and off the field. Learn more about the Elite Fund today by contacting the Golden Gopher Fund at ggf@umn.edu. That's ggf@umn.edu.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Gopher fans know the power of a great team. M Health Fairview University of Minnesota Medical Center is ranked the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities by U.S. News & World Report. This is more than an award. It's a reflection of our team of doctors, nurses, and staff who deliver world-class care so you can be at the top of your game. As the official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics, M Health Fairview is proud to serve people across the state.
Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemont is celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that move us forward. For generations, the tall columns and bright lights have made Pine Bend a landmark seen for miles. As a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics, Flint Hills also celebrates the workers and innovations that make Pine Bend one of the nation's most advanced refineries. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos. It's the Rate Bowl. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Support comes from Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Minnesota Zoo now span 30 years and is highlighted today by the Zoom's STEM Design Challenge. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
We all know the importance of nutrition and diet for a healthy lifestyle. We also know dairy foods provide great nutrition and value. That's reason enough why Gopher families choose Prairie Farms dairy products like our whole milk yogurt and cottage cheese. They are rich and creamy, packed with protein, and great for snacking any time of the day. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes, coupons, and more information about our award-winning dairy products. Support Minnesota dairy farmers and choose to drink local with Prairie Farms.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask Nesbitt Agency in Minnetonka if Auto Owners make sense for you.
This has been the Gopher pregame show presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. Gopher football is also brought to you by M Health Fairview, official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics and home to the #1 ranked hospital in the Twin Cities. And by Securian Financial, insurance and retirement solutions for individuals, families, and businesses. Get ready. Minnesota Golden Gopher football is next on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield. And now a look back at the road to the Rate Bowl. The Buffalo Bulls. Lindsay on the roll. He's got a man on the roll. Smith, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. 60 yards, and the Gophers advance the lead. Northwestern State. Picked off. John Nestor. Pick 6. First play of the game. And it's Burrell trying the right side. No, it's a fake, and now it's a pitch, and now the ball pops out, and it's picked up. Down the sideline, Kingsbury to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! The second defensive touchdown of the day. The Scarlet Knights. Fires. It is caught at the 1, reaching forward. Touchdown! Javon Tracy reaching with that left hand. Snap back, spot down, kick is up. It's on the way, and it is no good with 17 seconds left. Purdue. And Brown wants to throw it. It's intercepted. Parrish down the sideline to the 10. 5. Touchdown! Minnesota Golden Gophers. Brown throws over the middle. It's knocked down. McMillan knocked it down. The Gophers have held. Nebraska. Play action, and now it's a broken play and a sack. Pocket collapses, and Devin Easter drags him down. Troyola, he's hit and sacked. And Anthony Smith lands the sack. Pressure comes, hit, and there it is. Malachi Crunch. School record. The Spartans. There is play action. Rolling left, Lindsay. He's got room to the 5. He is in. Touchdown. And that's a winner. The battle for Paul Bunyan's axe.
And Lindsey wants to throw. Has time toward the end zone. Gears there. He has it! Touchdown, Jamison Gears. There's the dash to the end zone to the left. The axe is in hand. Snow angels from the Gopher cheerleaders. Headfirst dives by the Gopher players. And the axe stays here.
The Minnesota Golden Gophers, the New Mexico Lobos. It's the Rake Bowl, live from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Coming up next on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
Imagine getting insider access to your favorite Gopher student athlete. Exclusive events, behind-the-scenes content, and unique experiences that bring you closer than ever. That's what you get as a member of Dinkytown Athletes. With memberships starting at just $10 a month, every membership directly supports Gopher student athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them grow on campus and beyond. Take your fan experience to the next level. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com today.
Let's go, locked in mentally. This is why you came here. And that's perfection. Keep nothing behind. The best players show up in the biggest moments. Biggest moments right now. That's all you get to control. You're going to do your job and do it for your brother and us. That's all we want to do. Every single day.
It's time for Minnesota Golden Gopher football on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
Focus is us. It's about the Gophers.
Working toward the end zone. It is intercepted. Play action. Blitz comes, picked up, throwing to the corner of the end zone. Does he have it? Yeah! Touchdown!
How about them Gophers?
On the straight drop, the blitz does come, and he is sacked. It's a quick hitting pass, intercepted at the 30. It's a homecoming pick six.
Gopher football is brought to you by True Stone Financial, your neighborhood credit union. It's true. And by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota and Coop Health. Simplify your coverage with the latest plan from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Designed by Coop Health, proud sponsor of Gopher football.
Here we go. Roll the belt, Skyma, and go.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos. This is the Rake Bowl, live from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. Kickoff is just moments away. Now live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
We're ready for the coin toss. Let's go to center field. The referee out of the Big 12 is Cravon Barrett.
Fun game today, okay, guys? This is our coin. That's heads. That's tails. That's heads. That's tails. We have an honorary gentleman come out to do our coin toss. New Mexico is your call. What would you like to call? Tails. Tails is the call.
We're going to defer.
Defer. Okay.
It was a head.
Minnesota has one elected to defer to the second half.
So they will line up to determine which way each team will go. New Mexico will receive right in front of us. Daryl Thompson, Mike Grimm with you. We are at a baseball field, meaning we are in the home broadcasting booth of the Arizona Diamondbacks right behind home plate, which means we're in the corner of the end zone. So an interesting angle. We've done baseball games before. In fact, one here 4 years ago. We were in Yankee Stadium a few years ago. And then about a month ago, we were at Wrigley Field in Chicago. So we're used to it. We'll try to get you all the information as accurately as we can between working off live stuff in front of us and the TV monitors. We'll get it all done. Gophers and Lobos. Daryl Thompson.
No, we're excited. I'm excited about being here. I'm excited about being in the stadium. I'm not a huge fan of the baseball stadiums, but it's a bowl game. We're excited. We're getting a little bit of warm weather for at least 1 or 2 days here, and we'll head back to Minnesota. But this has been a fun trip so far.
The Golden Gophers in their classic look. They've got maroon jerseys with gold lettering and trim, gold pants, the gold hats. They look awfully sharp, and turquoise uniforms for New Mexico with the jerseys, white trim on those, white helmets, white pants. Their school colors are cherry and silver, but they're going with the turquoise look, which is the state color of New Mexico as well. We got a play ball kid out there. We'll kill that. We'll just be ready to go here. The Golden Gophers kickoff man is play ball. There we go here on this baseball field. Brady Denneberg, 55 kickoffs, 45 touchbacks. And Damon Bankston is the kick returner. He's first team all Mountain West kick returner. He had a 100-yard kick return earlier in the season, averaging 30 yards a kick return. He is deep along with Deshaun Buchanan. And they will kick from way down on the other end from where we are toward our end. Well, we have Justin Gard on the Gophers sideline. He will be sponsored all day long by Sieben Carey, Minnesota accident lawyers who win. Protecting people hurt on the road, at work, and anywhere else. Visit knowyourrights.com. We'll get to JG here in a moment. We are ready to go. The Rate Bowl from Phoenix, Arizona. Thrilled you're with us here on the Gopher Sports Network. An opportunity for Minnesota to get win number 8, and New Mexico trying to get win number 10. Their first 10-win season for them if they win it since 1982. Denneberg tees the ball up. We hear the whistle. The play clock has started, and we're just about ready for football between the Big Ten and the Mountain West. There's the kick, and it's a sidewinding, angling kick deep into the end zone out the back door, and Minnesota will start defensively from the 25 is where New Mexico will start. Today's opening drive brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, reminding you to drive sober, drive smart. A DWI could cost you about $10,000 and so much more. That's a sobering reality. Please don't drink and drive. Time for the starting lineups brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealer. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer. And we have the usual look for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Eastern and Logan Redding are the tackles. Howard and Smith the ends. Baranowski and Devin Williams are the linebackers. Kerry Brown. Aiden Gooseby will be a cornerback today, along with John Nestor, Coy Parrish, and Darius Green, the safeties. And to throw, and it's a sack right off the bat. The quarterback, Jack Lane, dropped back, and a blitzing Maverick Baranowski pulverizes him. His third sack of the season. It's a loss of 10, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 20.
Tell you what, Mike, that's exactly how you want to start out the game, with a sack like that and not missing it when you get that opportunity. A lot of times you see people not break down and make that tackle, and right there, Baranowski does a great job breaking down, making the tackle. 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, it's a loss of 10. It is a loss of 10 back to the 15. The angle again from here, tricky to see, but it is a 2nd and 20. And it's a wildcat look this time. The running back is Bankston, and he burrows his way forward for a gain of about 4.5, maybe 5 out to the 20. It'll bring up a 3rd and 15. And on the season, on 3rd down, New Mexico converting at 39%. Minnesota allowing conversion at about 39%. Jack Lane is their quarterback, a junior, a transfer from Idaho. The head coach, Jason Eck, was at Idaho the previous 3 seasons, and he brought a bunch of guys with him at the start of last year. And the quarterback is one of those, Jack Lane. He has 3 games of 300 or more passing yards, and they run a 4-receiver look. The running back is Bankston to the right, the ball center of the field. Gophers in a 3-down lineman look with everybody standing on this robber look. Back to throw is Lane. 3-man rush. It's dumped underneath. That's caught by Thomas, the tight end, and he works his way forward just short of the 1st down. A gain of about 9 to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down, and Minnesota has forced a 3 and out thanks to that opening sack.
Yeah, that sack will kill you. You want to have positive yards, especially on your first drive. So really, the Gopher team that's doing a really good job that time of dropping back, protecting that 1st down line, rallying to the ball to bring him down, because it did look like there was just a little bit of space there, and it might have been just the angle that we're sitting at here, Mike.
Daniel Hughes, the 27-year-old punter, stands at his own 17-yard line. 5th oldest player in college football. Coy Parrish all the way back at his own 25. The Australian rolling right, and he gets a foot into it, directionally kicking. Parrish waves for a fair catch, and he muffed the ball. It's loose, and it is out of bounds. He scooped it up just as he went out of bounds. Luckily, remember, he muffed a ball last year in the game out in Charlotte, and here he muffed it, got it back, and then was angled out of bounds. It was a knuckling Australian-style kick, and Minnesota will take over at its own 28-yard line. Drake Lindsay, the quarterback. Up front, it'll be Roy and Ray at tackles, Johnson at left guard, Beers at center. We think it'll be Tony Nelson at right guard, and it will be him, the Tracy, Minnesota product. And we'll see the rest of the group: Jamison Gears, Javon Tracy, Jalen Smith, the starters. And the New Mexico fans from 6.5 hours away made a trick over here, and they've got about 8 to 10,000, and you can hear him in the background talking some defense. Lindsey out of the gun with the running back Darius Taylor next to him, and it's a straight drop for Lindsey. Rifling near side, it's caught by Javon Tracy at the 35-yard line. Lost his footing there, a gain of about 5, and a good opening play, a pickup, and we'll call it a gain of 6 to the 34. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Good job on the blitz pickup by the offensive line, and then obviously Drake Lindsey putting that ball on the money outside. And I thought that with Lemeki Brockton not playing today, we might see more emphasis on Tracy coming into today's game.
Azarian Levels making the start with the tackle. Also in there is Jameer Torres, their best defensive player. Jackson Eck, co-defensive player of the year in the Mountain West. 2nd and 4 here for Minnesota. Empty backfield, and Lindsey wants to throw. Blitz comes, so they set up a screen. It's caught and then bobbled by Smith. Is it a catch and a fumble? It's still out there. New Mexico falls on it. The question will be, is it a fumble? They say it is. The pile is unstacking. Still no signal. I think they have ruled a fumble, and it's New Mexico ball. So the little bubble screen to Jalen Smith is caught and fumbled, and the man on the recovery is Keyshawn James Newby.
The ruling on the field is a catch and fumble recovered by the defense.
Trying to get Tracy going a little bit. And unfortunately right there, he did catch that ball, and then as soon as he got going,
the previous play,
I don't think he caught it.
I think you're right, Mike. I think you might be right. He might not have caught that. Now that I take my third look at it, he didn't really make a football move there.
Yeah, this will be an incomplete pass, I think. They'll wave it off. They'll run down and review it. And it was Javon Tracy, not Smith, not Jalen Smith. It was Javon Tracy who made the catch on a little bubble screen. I think it will be an incomplete, as it hit him in the hands. As he started to run, it started to crawl up his arm, and then it got hit away. And at least to me, it looks fairly obvious that this should be an overturn.
It's going to be pretty close, I think, but I think you're right. I think it will end up being a incomplete.
He's got to have the ball in possession and make a football move. That
he
angle
didn't really get a whole full step there, so I think hopefully you're right, not just our maroon and gold glasses.
Yeah, he was juggling. I don't think he ever had full control of the football. He took a step, but by that time the ball was out of his hand. So if it is overturned, it would be a second, make it a 3rd and 4 from the 34. PJ Fleck talking to the field judge. Let's go to Justin Guard on the Gophers sideline. JG, anything from there?
No, I'm seeing the same value that the Lobo fans right behind the Gopher bench all think it's a fumble, and it's funny to hear the crowd here. Richard Pitino, our buddy, would always tell us how mean they are to everybody that come into the pit. I can confirm, 3 minutes into this game, that they are absolutely mean. I'm here for it. I love all of it. And the New Mexico said earlier this week, he knew that their fan base.
After review, the play is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd, the Gopher fans down in front of us cheering, and way to the other end, the New Mexico fans, as Guardsy said, a little bit mean. So what have you heard so far, JG, from those folks dressed in red?
What time is it back in the cities? I don't think we are in the safe harbor zone where we can say any swear words. So I'm just going to keep it safe here in the first quarter and be here for the halftime interview.
So the Gophers go empty backfield here again for the second straight down. It's a 3rd and 4. They tried the bubble screen against the blitz. The play call was good. They just didn't catch the ball. 3 minutes into the game, no score. We're at the Rate Bowl. Gophers on defense forced to 3 and out. New Mexico trying to do the same. Lindsey throwing. It's caught as he rolls out. The tackle broken by Taylor, and he's got the first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line, a gain of 7. And Darius Taylor on the season, his 31st catch, and he's a threat out of the backfield.
Certainly a threat out of the backfield. And one thing that Darius almost always does is he breaks that first tackle. Being able to break that first tackle really makes a big difference as any type of ball carrier, in particular running back.
Drake Lindsey is 2 for 3, 13 yards. They've not handed the ball off yet here until right now, and it's Taylor, and he barrels his way across the 45, right at the 45, we'll call it. A gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 6. A host of New Mexico Lobos there, including Jackson Eck, 126 tackles, 2nd in the Mountain West Conference. To mention, he's the son of the head coach and the co-defensive player of the year in the Mountain West Conference, and like the Gophers' leading tackler, he wears number 6 as well.
Well, how about that? A lot of times when you see someone's son playing on the team, you're like, oh, he's just there because of his dad. And Jackson is he's there because of his dad, but he's also there because he's one heck of a football player.
And now a flag flies, and it looks like Drew Bibber may have jumped Oh, it was the other tight end, Pierce Walsh, jumped. And so it becomes a 2nd and 11. Gophers amongst the least penalized teams in the country, but a penalty on offensive play number 4. The Ray Bowl presented by Cub, the official and proud supporter of Gopher Athletics for over 20 years. Shop happy at your local Cub today. 2nd and 11. Lindsey with double guys in the backfield now. Taylor goes in motion. Lindsey to throw. Feels some pressure over the middle. Ball almost intercepted. Good job there by the defensive back, or was that a defensive end? Brett Carhu, the defensive end, jumped in front. Nearly had an interception. It was intended for Taylor.
Carhu, one of the leaders on that defense, comes into this game with 7 sacks, so he's used to being in the backfield, and right there sniffs out that Darius Taylor is not leaking out of that backfield. It's a little bit like that Andrew Van Ginkel was for the Minnesota Vikings, just playing that edge rusher and paying attention to the backs in the backfield.
A lot of short passing here so far for the Gophers. They have not thrown the ball more than 2 yards downfield on the first 4 attempts. Lindsey has a man jump, and let's see if it's a false start on Ray or an encroachment. Looks like encroachment here on New Mexico, so they'll give the 5 yards back.
Offside, defense, number 45, in the juice zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Good hard count there by Drake Lindsey to draw that.
Very good hard count by Drake Lindsey, and he's doing a really good job so far this year. Like I said, Mike, in the open, I said I don't really consider him a freshman anymore. Right. He's a leader. He's a bona fide quarterback.
Gophers now make some subs. 3rd and 6 here. Minnesota on 3rd down this year, converting at a 39% rate. Now they shift some guys, and in the backfield is Cam Taylor. Cam Davis, that is. Back to throw is Lindsey. Pressure comes, fires it, and it's almost intercepted. The intended target was Cam Davis out of the backfield, nearly picked off, and it'll be a punting situation for Minnesota.
A little bit surprised that we didn't take a shot a little bit farther downfield. We run a couple like bubble screens and screens underneath. I'll be surprised if we don't, because protection is held up for the most part. That play took a little bit of time to develop, so I would imagine on this next series we'll see a few more shots downfield, Mike.
Yeah, nothing was, I don't know if there was but one pass past the line of scrimmage. Everything else was tunnel screens and throws to the running back. So Tom Weston on to punt. Austin Brawley, the safety, is in to return the punt, standing in his own 13. And the Australian from Minnesota hits a high spiraling kick. Backpedaling is Aubrey, and it bounces at the 2 and caroms into the end zone. Austin Brawley, it'll be a touchback and a 55-yard punt. No return, but a net of just 35 because they'll get it at the 20. When we come back, stay with us. No score, 10-16 to go here in the first quarter. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans know the power of a great team. M-Health Fairview University of Minnesota Medical Center is ranked the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities by U.S. News and World Report. This is more than an award. It's a reflection of our team of doctors, nurses, and staff who deliver world-class care so you can be at the top of your game. As the official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics, M-Health Fairview is proud to serve people across the state.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos, live from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources, Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Ordway Center, celebrating 25 years of supporting the Flint Hills Family Festival. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
At Domino's, you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 every day. Even today, you ask? Let's check howaboutoday.com to find out. Yep, carry out only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Welcome back. Minnesota and New Mexico deadlock. 0-0. 10:16 to go here in the first quarter. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you. We're in the Arizona Diamondbacks home radio booth. Nice and luxurious DTs and another zip code way down to the right. How's the weather over there?
It's actually pretty warm in here today. I got my shirt on, a short sleeve shirt. Not used to broadcasting games in short sleeve the last month and a half. We've had long underwear on and all kinds of other things in the Midwest.
Indeed. JG's on the Gopher sideline. We have David Jordan, our Gopher Radio Network producer. We have here on site Walt Ellis, our engineer, and of course Tanner Hoops will give us some score updates throughout the contest here this afternoon. One Big Ten team has already won a bowl game today up in Detroit. Northwestern beat Central Michigan, so the Big Ten so far 2-0 in bowl games, 1-0 in playoff games. The Gophers trying to keep that mark intact for the Big Ten today.
Absolutely.
Jack Lane, we mentioned he was a quarterback. He took a sack on the first play of the game, which thwarted their first drive. They were 3 and out. He has had a nice season, 66% completion, 2,398 yards. It's basically games he throws interceptions in, they don't win. Games he goes without an interception, they win. And so the Gophers will need to force some turnovers. Lane rolling right, feels some pressure, fires it down the far sideline, incomplete. And a flag comes out. Darius Green in coverage. The intended target out there was Buckley. That's Michael Buckley.
Interesting, though. Buckley actually tore Green down to the ground.
Yeah, and the throw, was it even catchable? That's the other question. P.J. Fleck is out on the field. There's going to have a three-man discussion here. The referee right on the spot did not throw the flag. It was the side judge way back toward the line of scrimmage.
Pass interference, defense, number 12, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Line judge threw the flag. And PJ is not happy. JG, you got a look there?
I mean, all he said is, what are you talking about? And some other things. And I think the conversation is ongoing.
Yeah,
he disagrees with the call. Box view.
Yeah, indeed. He's still chatting with the line judge down there, but it's a automatic first down, 15-yard penalty out to the 30, or a 10-yard penalty, spot of the foul out to the 35-yard line. And here's a straight handoff left. Bankston gets the corner and lost his footing and falls down after a gain of a couple. Closest man there, Carter Menz from Minnesota, the kid out of North Dakota. And we'll call it a gain of about 3. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 38.
And Bankston is just kind of sneaky fast. You know, he's a little bit smaller tailback, but really fleet of foot. And we saw in that last series, they did a little bit of, shotgun where direct snap to him. So he's someone got to keep an eye on all day. The average is about 5.6 yards per carry. So he's a game changer.
McKinney and Bankston now in at running back, flanking each side. McKinney goes in motion to the right. That's the wide side of the field. He gets a screen pass, bobbling, but makes the catch, turns it up. Oh, took a hard hit by Darius Green, short of the first down at about the 42-yard line. And PJ's not happy with the line judge on the spot, thinking that he had stepped out a yard maybe earlier, as he's screaming at the line judge, who has had now an earful from PJ Fleck. I think he got a little warning there from the line judge as well to get out of the white area there and move back.
Yeah, I think you're right, but he's got a point, but you do get forward progress, so a good call there by the ref.
3rd and 2 here for New Mexico. They're 0 of 1 on 3rd down. Running back is Bankston. Went in motion. Now he comes back set to the right of the quarterback. It is a straight handoff to him. He's hit and dragged down near the first down, and they will move the sticks. He needed 2 and got 2. So if Fleck was right, that yard makes a difference. I think that watching the replay, the official got the spot on the previous play correct.
Yeah, I think so too. And Bankston did a nice job there, just falling forward. Not very many yards they're looking for. He's also a speed back, so you got to make sure that you maintain leverage on him. That time, maintain leverage means they give up a little bit on the inside, and that's inside is just enough for him to pick up the 2 yards that they needed.
Rashawn Lawrence comes in at the defensive tackle spot, the transfer from Stony Brook in his 6th year out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. First down, New Mexico. Play action. Lane wants to throw. Feels the pressure. Rolling left. He gets around everybody, and he's got room into the secondary. Takes a hard hit from Baranowski. as he slid, no flag, and that's a gain of 12 to the 44-yard line. They had him in the backfield, and he got away pretty nimble for Lane. He's going to come out of the game. I don't think because of injury. I think they're going Wildcat here.
Yeah, I think you're right. And when this back, the other quarterback comes in, he typically runs the ball. But right here, you see Lane show some nice wheels on this play to pick up the first down.
Backup quarterback is James Lobstein. He has 44 carries on the season, so this gives him a little bit of a different look. And they're going to run a little option. He keeps it, turning right, breaks a tackle, and he's into the secondary to the 20. Flag comes down behind the play, 2 flags. He gets inside the 5 and angled out at the 3, but this is going to be a hold, and this will come back. I believe Aiden Gooseby was tackled on the block. If not, it'll be first and goal for New Mexico. Let's listen to this Big 12 crew. Pravon Barrett is the referee.
Holding, offense, number 0. The penalty will be enforced from the spot of foul, 10 yards.
That's Ziel Smith, and that was Gooseby. He was getting dragged down by the arm, and then a couple of fistful of jersey as well on that.
Well, Lobstein has a 53-yard run so far this season. We can see they did a nice job on the cutback there, showing his speed. Almost gets in the end zone there, Mike.
So the penalty, because it was such a big gain, the penalty turns into a net 3-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 7. Don't see that often from the 40. Lobstein with a straight handoff, and with the ball, this is Bankston, and he got a yard or so, may have lost a yard. That was McKinney, I beg your pardon. It will be a loss of a yard, tackle for a loss there. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
That looks like
Devin Williams got the tackle for a loss for Minnesota. He now has 8.5 tackles for a loss, 2nd down and 8.
Looks like Lane is back in the game.
No score here. Minnesota and New Mexico. We're in the first, 6.5 minutes to play. 40 total yards for New Mexico, 17 for Minnesota. Lane is back in the game with McKinney next to him. Lane wants to throw. Feels some heat. Ball over the middle. It's caught through the arms of Baranowski, who tried to bat it down, and it's going to be just shy of the first down. The intended target was Sean Miller, the Illinois transfer, and he gains about 6. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was batted. Actually, looked like it had some contact with Baranowski. Nice concentration by Miller to reel that ball in and make it a 3rd down and just 2 manageable situation. Ball at the 35-yard line going in here for, might be 4-down territory for the Lobos here, Mike.
Matt Kingsbury comes in at linebacker here. They bring in an extra linebacker now. They leave the safeties the way they are. The nickel back comes out, Darius Green, on 3rd and 2. And it's a little end around right, and with the first down and then some, and another hold, but no flag this time. And that is Bankston inside the 20. And it'll be 1st down, New Mexico at about the 18-yard line.
Well, their offensive coordinator, Luke Langston, is doing a really nice job of keeping off balance between the quarterbacks rotating in and out. Bankston, running the ball, the direct snap to him, and then him on the perimeter. Do a nice job of keeping us off balance.
And that's, if you heard anything about their offense all prep time, whether it's reporters, coaches, what have you, is their offense is very, very creative. 1st and 10 from the 18 for the Lobos of New Mexico, trying to get on the board first. And this is Lobstein in to throw a ball toward the end zone, and nobody there. John Nestor, the closest man there. The intended target was Smith.
Well, great coverage by Nestor on that play, and a lot of times you're going to get that the call is going to benefit you if you're looking back at the quarterback, and Nestor does a good job of not only getting on top of the receiver, meaning he's on the side of the ball's going to, he also is looking back in the backfield on that play. Great play by Nestor.
That was actually Keegan Johnson, the intended target. Remember, he played for Iowa. Gophers faced him a couple of times, then went to K-State. Couple of 3 non-real eventful seasons. 57 catches, though, for New Mexico this year. He's out of the Lincoln, Nebraska area. Here is Lane to throw, wings it over the middle, and a good catch short of the first down. The catch is the aforementioned Johnson, and it'll bring up a 3rd down here. At the 12, it'll be 3rd and 4. Johnson the catch. And in coverage, and I'm talking tight coverage, was Mike Gerald.
Yeah, very nice coverage there by Gerald. We'll see if Danny Collins dials up just a little bit more pressure. See if we can make Lane uncomfortable in the backfield. Force him to throw that 10th interception of the year.
Third and 4. The running back is McKinney. He's to the left. Lane, the quarterback, and now timeout P.J. Fleck and the Golden Gophers. And we will take the timeout as well. Your Select Heartland Chevy dealer, proud sponsors of Golden Gopher football. Gear up for the holidays and conquer that to-do list in a new Chevy truck. Don't miss red tag savings on the dependable 2026 Silverado. Gophers use their first timeout. 4:08 to play. No score first quarter. 3rd and 4 for the Lobos when we come back. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers and their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
Kohl's clearance deals are so good, you might want to brace yourself before you shop, because up to 70% off can do things to you. Sudden goosebumps, racing pulse, involuntary gasping at prices. You may even feel the uncontrollable urge to brag to someone, anyone, even Deb, the checkout lady who's seen it all day. Don't worry, that's just the thrill of Kohl's clearance. Shop it now in-store and online. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
The Rate Bowl, live from Phoenix, Arizona, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, proudly serving the community for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn-McCreevy is proud to support head coach P.J. Fleck and the Golden Gophers this football season. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy has put a focus on life. Let them help you design your healing experience. Gather, remember, and rejoice. Visit washburnmccreevy.com.
Marsden is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $15 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or call 651-641-1717.
4:08 to play in this first quarter. No score, but New Mexico knocking on the door. The Gophers and the Lobos. We're at the Rate Bowl. Our radio coverage sponsored by our great friends at Cub. We thank them for their support of our radio broadcast here. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you. Time for an affiliate salute. Let's give that to you now. It is presented by mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gophers Sports Network. Our affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn, proud to create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities and all Minnesotans. Again, learn more at mncorn.org. Lobstein, the quarterback, he's the backup. He's in there right now on a 3rd and 4. New Mexico on 3rd down, 2 of 3. Both first downs on this drive. It's a handoff left and a lot of space for the running back McKinney. Turns it up at the 10, breaks a tackle toward the end zone, and he's down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal, and the Gophers are going to have to tackle a little better if they want to keep New Mexico out of the end zone here.
Well, Lowenstein did such a good job running the ball on this first series. They got to be concerned about him. So he hands the ball off. They get to the edge with this back who hasn't played very much at all, but he again shows his speed, gets to the perimeter, and almost gets in the end zone.
Yeah, 4 guys had a chance, and they all missed him. Here's a handoff McKinney. This time hitting the backfield. No, it's a fake, and it's kept by Lobstein, and he loses a couple. Outside the 5, that's a loss of 5, out to the 6. So a good job defensively there. They're on the opposite end of us, so it's hard to for sure see what's happening way down there. We don't have a live TV monitor either now in here. We've got a delayed TV monitor. So it's a loss of 6. Devin Williams amongst them. So it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Good job there, and much better tackling.
Well, great job. You know, man, you got to win the battles in the trenches, and that was one play there. We won the battles in trenches. Going to need to continue to do that to put pressure on this Lobo team. They are, you know, as you say, a dynamic offense, but dynamic offenses don't like penetration.
Lane now back in, the starter, wants to throw. Pressure comes, hit, breaks that tackle, works his way close to inside the 5, short of the goal line, but he avoided a sack again. Baranowski brings him down, and there's an injured Lobo. It'll be 3rd and goal for New Mexico. Anthony Smith was in the neighborhood, got his hands on the back of the quarterback, but couldn't bring him in, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
For an injured player.
And there's an injury, as we mentioned, trying to get the number on the injured Lobo, but they're literally about 110 yards down the field from us. He is up, though, under his own power, and that appears to be the right guard, Jamar Tossie, freshman out of Seattle, 6'2", 308. And he is walking off gingerly, but mostly under his own power. Richard Pierce was their starter early in the season. He has been away from the team, transferred from East Carolina for personal reasons, but has been practicing. He had been their original starter at right guard, so we'll keep an eye on whether he will come into the contest here. Or they could also bring in Isaiah Silliman, a 60-year player. He's a senior who also has starting experience. And it looks as if it will be Pierce. Well, it actually looks like they're going to move Lawrence into guard and an extra tight end over there. So it's 3rd and goal from the 6. Lane, the quarterback, to throw. Blitz comes, tries to escape. He does not escape. It's a sack. There's Anthony Smith with the sack, his first of the day. Remember, 4 years ago when we were here, it was Boye Mafe who took home a bunch of hardware, defensively anyway. Got a couple of sacks, and the field goal unit is forced to come on. A 1st and goal from the 1, and the Gophers sent him backwards to force a field goal.
Great job, Bo, when you're back there and making the play, and Anthony Smith had to feel a little bit guilty about that last play. You got a chance to bring the quarterback down the backfield. You need to bring him back there. He makes amends and brings Lane down for the loss on that play, forcing this field goal.
Luke Drizwicki's missed only 1 field goal all year. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. The right-footed kick puts New Mexico out front on a 31-yard field goal, and it's New Mexico 3 and Minnesota nothing. 1:41 to play in this first quarter. The field goal, as mentioned, from 31 yards. Caps off a 15-play, 66-yard drive, and it covered nearly 7 minutes. We'll take a break. 3-0 Lobos at the Rate Bowl in Phoenix. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Spiral cut ham, make your weird spam. We've got the birds, first, second, third. From soup to nuts, save a few bucks. Who's bringing wine? 12 should be fun. Anything you could ever think of. Food, snacks, and holiday drinks. Happy, 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 happy Christmas. Happy, 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 happy Christmas.
This season, don't just shop. Shop Cub and shop happy. Holidays.
Shop Spiral, shop Natalie, shop Liz Relief, shop Cubberly, shop happy.
With corn rootworm costing farmers up to $1 billion a year, you need the right strategy. Introducing Durastack trait technology, featuring 3 powerful modes of action to strike corn rootworm at full force, outsmart, outmaneuver, and outmatch their every move with the industry's first triple BT protein stack built for corn rootworm control. Take back your yield potential. Make your move at Durastack.com. Available for the 2027 season.
Looking for a new spot to watch the Gophers golf year-round or celebrate special occasions? Launchpad Golf is now open in Prior Lake, right next to Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. As proud sponsors of Gopher Athletics, we feature heated golf suites with innovative technology, exceptional food and beverages, and big screens for every game. Whether you're perfecting your swing, having a fun night out, or cheering on the maroon and gold, Launchpad Golf is your new entertainment destination. Save money at the pump while helping Minnesota's economy and environment by fueling up with E15, also known as Unleaded 88. Unleaded 88 is a Minnesota-made renewable fuel that reduces emissions, lowers prices, and improves engine efficiency. Find one of over 500 Minnesota gas stations offering Unleaded 88 at mnfuels.com or download the Minnesota Biofuels Locator app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Minnesota Biofuels Association. Minnesota-grown energy for today and tomorrow.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football.
Well, the big sack by Anthony Smith forces the field goal. 3-0 New Mexico over Minnesota. Smith now 4 tackles for a loss in his career in bowl games, tied for most in program history. Let's go to JG.
Anthony Smith with the sack in a baseball stadium. We teased it at Wrigley Field that he had a special celebration planned. Did get a sack at a baseball stadium. Didn't work out so well in Chicago, but did basically a batting practice type celebration. I'm thinking maybe Luis Gonzalez here, the Arizona Diamondbacks, Game 7 against the Yankees for those of us old enough to remember 2001. So I like that. Quick injury update on that last offensive drive. Kerry Brown left the game for 4 plays after that long run that was called back by holding. He came up a little bit gimpy, was able to return, but you can tell he is dealing with something where he's not quite 100% after that play.
All right, JG's Sideline Report, sponsored by Seben Carey. Kickoff man is Grant Glasgow, 38 kickoffs, 25 touchbacks, and deep. It's a little pooch kick, and it's short, and it is going to be caught up back, and I think Frank Bierman, who didn't catch it, signaled fair catch, and so that's why the whistle blew early. Bierman signaled fair catch. He didn't catch it. I believe it was Bibber maybe who caught it. He tried to run, but the fair catch had been called. We'll get the official explanation in the official spot here. Let's listen.
Receiving team player number 43 gave an invalid fair catch signal. The ball is possession. First down, Minnesota.
So it'll be at the 28-yard line. They'll take off the return yards. And the Gophers trailing 3-0. We'll get the football here and trying to get something going. They had 17 yards on their opening drive. Just one running attempt, and that was a 4-yard gain by Taylor. 5 throws and 2 completions for 13 yards. Bierman goes in motion. It's a straight handoff to Taylor. Hops out of one man's way and bounces forward for a yard to the 29. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for Minnesota. This New Mexico defense was second best in the Mountain West and amongst the country leaders. They allowed only 113 yards rushing per game, and 4 games they allowed less than 90 yards rushing. In fact, against Colorado State, they allowed 13 total rushing yards.
No, I know. They're a very, very good team against the rush, but I also just feel like we have an opportunity with our running back and our offensive line to take advantage of them.
Here's Lindsey to throw. Oh, and a bad throw into coverage, and great defensive play by a Gopher offensive player. In the way was John Johnson, who had an interception in his hands, and Jalen Smith turned defensive back and knocked the ball away. In fact, that was Brawley who had the interception, and it was knocked away.
Great play by Jalen Smith on that play right there. It actually looked like it was going to get picked off. He came in there with a great rip to get that ball. Otherwise, that could have potentially been a pick 6.
Drake Lindsey has not thrown an interception since the Iowa game in October. He's gone the entire month of November, no interceptions and a bunch of touchdowns. It's now 3rd and 9 for the Gophers, 1:03 to go here in this opening quarter. They trail 3-0. Lindsey on a straight drop, feels some pressure, dumps it off, and an incomplete pass. It was intended for Darius Taylor, only could get one hand on it. And it'll bring up 4th down. Oh, and Darius Taylor joined with a couple of New Mexico coaches, it looks like, as he now retreats to the other sideline. I don't know, somebody must have said something. He was turning away, and then something caught his attention, and he immediately spun toward the sideline and started jabbering to somebody.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it was the runner, that the defender was going by him, or for someone on the sideline, but I saw a bit of frustration with dropping that ball there.
So a punting situation. Minnesota just a yard on that drive. High kick by Weston. McKinney now returning. Late fair catch called. He's hit. The ball's loose. It's recovered by Minnesota, but this will be kick catch interference. Now it was a late signal, but still you got to be aware of it. They're going to have a discussion here. I think it's fairly clear it'll be kick catch interference here.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
They've got 5 of the 6 officials discussing it. Here's a call.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the spotted foul. First down.
That was the long snapper, Alan Sukup, who was running down, and he ran in. And actually, I don't even think it hit the return man. As I look at it, it hit Sukup, but not the return man, so it wouldn't have been Gophers' ball had it been waved off anyway. But good field position here for New Mexico out to the 35-yard line. P.J. Fleck barking at the officials again on that play. I think he's likely complaining about the lateness of the signal, the tardiness of the hand raising, but you got to be aware of what's going on there. And there was definitely a step or two for him to try to avoid it. Double running backs flanking each side of the quarterback. Lane, Jack Lane, the quarterback for New Mexico, Idaho transfer. He sends McKinney in motion to the right, and it's a play action. Lane wants to throw deep down the far right sideline, and it's incomplete. Nobody in the neighborhood. Closest man was Aiden Gooseby, who's now back at safety, and he didn't know where the ball was either, as the receiver was way to the right, and the ball was way to the left. So it looks like with Kerry Brown's injury, Gooseby's moved back to safety. And Mike Gerald's now, as he was on the last possession, also playing corner with John Nestor on the other side. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete. Or I should say 3-0 New Mexico, approaching the end of the first quarter here, 43 seconds to play. 7 to snap here for Jack Lane. Waits for the snap, and he hands it off, working the left side, and this is Bankston, and he's got a couple. One of the Lobo linemen loses his helmet. That's the left tackle, Novell Brown, and he'll have to come out of the game. It's a gain of 3 out to about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7. The stop made there by Devin Eastern and Jalen Logan Redding. Also in on that stop was Carrier, who's into the game right now at one of the linebacker spots.
Yeah, some people we have not seen hardly at all play this so far this season, doing a nice job. This is a 3rd down situation where we need to get off the field.
It was Finnessy, I beg your pardon, 46, not 48. So Finnessy was on the stop. 3rd down and 7, as DT mentioned, got to get off the field. Lane on a quick hitting bubble screen. The block is there, and it's Anthony Smith trying to tackle the man. He's spinning forward, and it's close to a 1st down. He may have gotten it to the 35, and they will move the sticks. 1st down. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter, with the drive being extended. We'll take the break. New Mexico 3, Minnesota nothing. We'll get a scoreboard update.
That is the end of the first quarter.
So it'll be Tanner Hoops with a scoreboard update when we come back. 3-zip here. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Abbott in the Big Ten. 18 schools. One blood drive competition with a life-saving purpose. We give blood. This season, your one donation helped save up to 3 lives. And together, we saved over 200,000. But the need for blood never stops. So keep your sleeves rolled up. Keep giving blood. Keep saving lives. Visit big10.org/Abbott to donate.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Your maroon and gold play here. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Minnesota Zoo now span 30 years and is highlighted today by the Zoom's STEM Design Challenge. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Minnesota Gopher Premium Suites are your ticket to unforgettable game days.
Steps into the circle, he scores!
Enjoy exclusive amenities, prime views, and a private space to cheer on the maroon and gold with friends, family, or clients. Whether you're closing deals or making memories, a premium suite takes your Gopher game day experience to the next level. Elevates for a 3. Got it! Don't miss out. Suites are limited. Visit gophersports.com/premium. Elevate your game day experience.
Minnesota trails New Mexico 3-0 after one quarter. The Gophers trying to move the Big Ten to 2-0 in the day in bowl contest. Northwestern all over Central Michigan today in Detroit. The offense built a 21-0 halftime lead. The defense got in the action as well.
The ball comes out, and the Wildcats have it. And running down the near side is Turner. Down to the 25, breaks a tackle, 15, 10, to the end zone, touchdown. There's a penalty marker down. Back at the 43-yard line, but Braden Turner with a scoop and score. Fourth takeaway by the Northwestern defense, and each has led to a touchdown. It's 27-0.
Yeah, the score would stand. Northwestern goes on to win 34-7. They finished the year 7-6. Back to you guys in Arizona.
All right, good job, Tanner Hoops in Scoreboard Central. We appreciate him. Here, as he mentioned, 3-0. We played one quarter of football, and New Mexico has a first down from its own 45, and they will be working toward us now. And, Darryl, I suppose we would just assume they not work too far toward us as we're in the end zone that they would be scoring in.
Absolutely. Would appreciate if they did not work too far towards us, but I also feel like we are starting to get a little bit more dialed in with that defensive front, and hopefully we can get a little bit more pressure on both their quarterbacks.
Good news, Kerry Brown back onto the field now at the safety spot. That puts Darius Green back at the nickel, it looks like. Here's a little end-around action toward the right. They want to throw it. Flags come out. The throw behind the intended target, losing his footing, was Keegan Johnson.
We got a hold there. I think they're holding Anthony Smith.
Yeah, the receiver was the man trying to throw the ball, and let's get the call here. 2 flags down in the backfield, and they have a bunch of different guys that have thrown passes.
Offense, number 7, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's a tight end, Dorian Thomas, the very fine pass catcher for New Mexico. The man who threw the ball was Michael Buckley. That's his second pass attempt of the season. And you look at their stat sheet, and they have their main 2 quarterbacks with a bunch of attempts, and then like 4 or 5, 6 other guys that all have attempted a pass. So they're not scared to pull the trick play or 2 out of the book. And
I didn't even write them all down. It seemed like they're just going to do that. That's kind of part of their package. Also, just makes it one more thing you got to prepare for.
Sean Miller wide to the right. Gooseby back to a cornerback spot with Brown back in the game. The running back goes in motion. Lane alone in the backfield. Quick drop, looking to throw. Pressure comes from Becker. Nothing there. Now he lobs it down the far sideline. Intercepted! John Nestor holds it in at the 40 of Minnesota. His team leading, and Big Ten leading 6th. INT. Johnny on the spot. John Nestor.
John Nestor just has a knack for making interceptions and making plays. I think his long-term play might be actually to be a safety. Just seems like he does a really good job of reading, recognizing routes, recognizing splits, and finding the ball when it's in the air. And right there, he does a great job of reeling that one in to make this. And this is a really nice field position. Hopefully we can take advantage of it.
Yeah, Gophers with outstanding field position. 10th interception for Lane this year. As we mentioned, the 6th for John Nestor. Now the Gophers at officially the 42-yard line. That's their own 42. Taylor, the running back, he has just 2 carries, 1 carry for 7 yards. No, 2 carries for 5 yards. He has a catch for 7. 1st and 10 Gophers. Taylor lined up to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Javon Tracy split wide that way. In motion, the tight end, Gears. Working left and now back to the right. To throw is Lindsey. Waits, pressure comes, flush from the pocket. Now he throws on the run, and that was nearly intercepted. Intended target for the Golden Gophers there was the tight end Jacob Simpson, who's getting some action, and great defense there, nearly an interception.
Yeah, great defense, and also probably a poor decision right there by Drake. There was nothing there. The best thing for him to do in that situation would be just to run the ball, pick up that 2 or 3 yards, and not put the ball in harm's way. But luckily, actually 3 times so far today, he's been able to escape without an interception. Hopefully he can continue that.
Simpson, a redshirt freshman out of Johnston, Iowa, 6'4", 240. PJ Flex talked about this game's not just about the reward of 25, but looking ahead. He's going to get some time next year, so he's getting some action now. Here's a little counter action, left side Taylor, breaking free. Flag comes out behind the play. As it turns out, a long way to go for about a 1-yard gain, and let's check the marker from the center judge. The stop there made by Torres.
Holding, offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's Greg Johnson on the hold. The Gophers already with more penalties than they average in a season, or in a game per season. as they are now at 4 penalties, 4.45 yards. And they're averaging just under 4 penalties a game, right under 4 penalties per game. And I don't like that call watching the replay. That looked like a pretty clean drive forward. Here's Lindsey to throw. Plenty of time. No one open. Flush from the pocket. Hit in the backfield. Breaks that tackle. Now rolls back to the right. Throws. And it's caught by Smith at the original line of scrimmage. And a gain of 10. That play, you're always worried when the quarterback's running for his life about an ineligible downfield. And no flag, so the Gophers will get the yardage back, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 on an 11-yard pickup.
Well, you're worried about a couple things. Ineligible man downfield. Also worried about the potential for the ball to get stripped and sacked like they look like. But Drake's doing a good job of protecting the ball. As to say, the ball is the program, and picking up some positive yards, making this 3rd down situation is manageable. 3rd down to 9. Ton better than 3rd down and 19.
Gophers are 1 of 3 on 3rd down. They've had to punt twice. They trail at 3-0. We're in the second. 13:20 to play in this second quarter. Smith goes in motion. Loya in at the slot. Lindsey to throw, and a flag flies, and it looks like another penalty here for Minnesota. Their 5th now of the night.
False start. Offense. Number 73. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So now it's 3rd and 14. Jacob Simpson out and Drew Bibber back in. That was Dylan Ray, the right tackle, jumped a little early. And the Gophers now with 5 penalties for 50 yards.
It's a little bit out of character for us to have this many penalties this early in the game.
Lindsey waits for the snap. Taylor next to him on a 3rd and 14 from their own 38. Back to throw Lindsey. Fires down the far side. It's caught by Smith, and he's tackled short of the 1st down or near the 1st down. Going to depend on the spot. Looks like it's short by about a yard into New Mexico territory at the 48. It'll be a 4th and 1, a gain of 13.
Pretty darn nice throw there by Drake Lindsey over against the boundary right there, and just unable to quite pick up that 1st down.
That could be reviewed.
That looks like it's really close. We don't have a very good angle at it from right here, but it looks very close.
But watching the big screen replay, it looked like he needed to get to the 42, and it looked like he was close to the 42. Gophers going to go for it anyway. It's a quick snap. Oh, and the ball goes through the legs of Lindsey, and it's bobbling around, and it's recovered by New Mexico in New Mexico territory. Boy, the Gophers just are rusty and not on their game. The snap just went through Lindsey's hands and out his legs, unless that was a design play. That was a weird looking play. I don't think maybe that was on purpose, the snap through. It looked like Lindsey was not expecting the ball at all. We'll take the break. We'll try to get it worked out. We'll watch the replay. But it is a 1st down in Minnesota territory. The Gophers could not capitalize on the turnover. And Darius Taylor is talking now to PJ Fleck. He's not happy. The officials are continuing to talk as well. I think Darius, I don't know what Darius is talking about, but he and PJ are having a conversation on the sideline. We'll take the break. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
If you want greatness, you demand more. The Gophers know it, you know it, and Kloss knows it. Their machinery is built for farmers who are made for more. And that's exactly what every Kloss delivers. From combines and forage harvesters to tractors and hay tools, Kloss equipment leads the field in technology, service, and above all, performance, helping you dominate every field, every season. Are you made for more? Visit Kloss.com. That's CLAAS.com to learn more.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos. It's the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Beats, bites, and big plays start here. Mystic Lake's Hop House is now open. Turn up the volume with live music every weekend. Savor all-star flavors that bring the heat, surrounded by wall-to-wall game day action. Legendary nights are on tap at the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination, Hop House. Now open at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Details at mysticlake.com.
Imagine getting insider access to your favorite Gopher student athlete. Exclusive events, behind-the-scenes content, and unique experiences that bring you closer than ever. That's what you get as a member of Dinkytown Athletes. With memberships starting at just $10 a month, every membership directly supports Gopher student athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them grow on campus and beyond. Take your fan experience to the next level. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com today.
M Health Fairview, Minnesota's home of the most top docs, and was recently recognized as having 4 of the top-ranked hospitals in the state. Visit mhealthfairview.org to learn about world-class care you deserve right in your backyard. Welcome back. Gophers turn it over on 4th and short. Still not sure. We haven't gotten any more replays from our initial one, whether that was an attempted trick play or whether that ball just went through the hands of Lindsey, but it looked like he had no reaction when he didn't have the ball, so I'm sure we'll see some more replays on it. Either way, the ball trickled into the backfield. It was bobbled around, and New Mexico comes up with it on a 4th down, and they have it in Minnesota territory, leading 3-0. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you. Let's look again here, DT, at the replay as Lindsey's coming up under center. I think it was intended to be just a straight snap to the running back. Here is a little screen pass set up, and it's caught by Bankston. He turns it up, and a good swarming defense there. A gain of about, well, he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Devin Williams and Maverick Baranowski were the 2 men in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job of sniffing that out, and Bankston, he is excellent when he's out in space. He's their leading player offensively. He's got, he leads them in rushing, also leads them, one of their leading receivers as well.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 here. Jack Lane is 6 of 8, 37 yards, has the interception on his prior throw on the prior possession. Out of the pistol formation in a 4-receiver set, and Lane wants to roll right. Waiting, now he fires down the sideline, a man all alone, but he overshot the intended target, Sean Miller. He is out of Chandler, Arizona, nearby here. Started his career at Illinois. He was open, may have been stepping out of bounds and coming back in anyway, it looked like, although the official didn't throw the hat. It is an incomplete and brings up a 3rd and 9.
Jack Lane's going to be a little bit upset about that one, not being able to get that to his receiver, and he is comfortable right now. And we've allowed him to get comfortable in this game. He's been able to roll out and make plays with his arm and with his feet.
4 of 6 on 3rd down so far for New Mexico. They lead the game 3-0 here. 11:20 to play. 11:22 to play in this 2nd quarter. Tight end comes in motion. Thomas comes set. Lane wants to throw. Underneath pass to the tight end Thomas, working his way to Baranowski, and a gain of only 1. And it'll bring up a 4th down here for New Mexico. And they're in Minnesota territory, certainly out of field goal range, but would you go for it here on 4th and 8 if you're Jason Eck? The offense is staying on the field.
Actually a pretty surprising call, but maybe if that was the call on 3rd down, they knew they were going to go for it. They thought they might get a little bit more than that, but 4th down and about 7. I don't know if it's 4 down territory, but I guess it is, in particular in a bowl game.
Yeah, 4th and 7, officially the 43-yard line. And on 4th down this year, New Mexico has gone for it a lot, 30 times. They're 20 of 30. Thomas again in motion. Lane waits for the snap, and on 4th down is going to throw. Looking right, fires right, and it is caught. What a grab in front of, that's Johnson, a 1st down at the 30 in front of Mike Gerald, who looked to be positioned well and then did not make any play toward the ball at all.
No, it looked like he was in great position. If he makes a play just to bring his arm forward and rake, feels like he'd be able to get that ball out of there, but unable to do it on that play.
So they complete the 4th and 7. It's a gain of 13 and move the sticks. That was to the Iowa and K-State transfer Keegan Johnson. Gerald's comes out, and they go back to Gooseby at corner. 3-0 New Mexico, under 10 to play in the 2nd. Here's a little flea flicker. The pitch goes back to Lane, escapes a bunch of Gophers, and instead of a 10-yard loss, it's a 4-yard gain to the 26. Jackson Howard had him dialed in the backfield along with Nate Becker and a couple of others, but he went untouched.
We did. That flea flicker, I think, just threw him off a little bit. But Jackson Howard, you just hope that they'd be able to bring him down in the backfield. But I think that Lane actually and Langston, they're just a little bit faster than they appear.
So it's a gain of 4 on what could have been that could have been a huge loss. The flea flicker pitch had taken them all the way back 10, 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And now it's a 2nd and 6, and they're in field goal range as we speak. 9-10 to play in the quarter, 3-0. Here is a quarterback keep on the fake handoff. And it is a good tackle there by Finney amongst others. A gain of 2 to the 23-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd and about 4.
Well, we do know that Lobos team coming into this game has 44 attempts and almost 300, a little over 300 yards. So he is going to run the ball. So it's something we got to make sure that we pay attention to when he is in the game. For the most part, he's going to run the ball.
Lobstein stays in at quarterback. Late subs here. If the Gophers take their time, they could potentially force a problem here. 10 to snap. They're still huddled. And now the center judge clears out. 8 and now 7 to snap. Lobstein with 4. We'll see if they have to take a timeout. Looks like they're going to get the snap off. They do with 1. And it's going to be a straight quarterback keep. And Kingsbury wraps him up, but it's a gain of 4, and it's a 1st down to the 19. And they're up front, not as big as a Big Ten group, but they are controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
They are absolutely controlling the line of scrimmage, playing with no pad level and getting up to that 2nd level. And their receivers and backs, when they get up to that 2nd level, they're making plays and picking up 1st downs.
Remember, Jamar Tossie had been injured earlier, the freshman. He's back in at the offensive line spot now. Lane stays out of the game, and it's 1st down here with 5 to snap. They're breaking the huddle. Lobstein again with 3 and now with 2. And he gets it off with 1 again, and he wants to throw it. The ball is batted and incomplete. A good job there by Anthony Smith to get his fingertips on it, and it flutters harmlessly in front of the tight end. The intended target was Thomas, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, this is with Lobstein back in the game. He does not throw the ball very much, doesn't have very many completions, just 10 of 14 this year so far. With he doesn't have any picks either, but he's not the person you're going to primarily think is going to throw the ball, but most likely here, I would imagine he is going to run the ball if he's in the game here.
Yep, he stays in, 2nd and 10. Clock winding, clock stopped with the incomplete, 7:33, 4 to snap as they're running it down to about 1 again. Lobstein wants to throw, and it's a screen pass left, and it's caught, and Darius Green angling the catcher out of bounds. Bankston on the catch, and it is a loss of a yard back to the 20, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Good job there by Darius Green, who lost his helmet. He'll have to come out. Kingsbury will come in as a linebacker in his place.
Great job, Darius, making that play for the small loss on that play. He always plays hard, physical, and sometimes it seems like he gets hurt, but he always seems to figure out a way to come back in the game.
Yeah, and he is in his final game as a Gopher here today. So 3rd and 10. Gophers would love to hold to a field goal. Luke Schleusner, the offensive coordinator, let's see what he's dialed up. Lane back in the game. Bankston, the running back, lined up left. Waiting, now the snap. Lane to throw. Pressure comes, ball batted in the air, but it's caught anyway. And that is make that Bankston, and he is short of the 1st. Tackled by Coy Parrish at the 13. It'll be 4th down and 3 from there. And let's see if New Mexico wants to kick a field goal or go for it here. 6:45 and counting. 2nd quarter, Lobos a 3-0 lead, and the field goal unit is coming onto the field. Got to watch for a fake here. They will run some trick plays, and they've run fake field goals this year.
Absolutely. I would think that there's a very, very good chance that this could potentially be a fake field goal. We need the kick safe team in here for sure.
Derek LeCaptain trying to organize the defense. The kicker's 1 for 1, Drizwicki. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and it is good. And there's a timeout on the field. New Mexico has doubled its lead from 3 to 6, and it's 6-0 Lobos leading the Gophers with 6:14 to go in this 2nd quarter. How would you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? Well, go to syncmygame.com to find out how. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans know the power of a great team. mHealth Fairview University of Minnesota Medical Center is ranked the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities by U.S. News and World Report. This is more than an award. It's a reflection of our team of doctors, nurses, and staff who deliver world-class care so you can be at the top of your game. As the official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics, M Health Fairview is proud to serve people across the state.
You can just picture it, the anticipation before the big moment. The band playing, the adrenaline flowing, the confidence that you're about to hit the field and simply dominate. Now you know what it feels like to plant a field of Brevant seeds. Because when you choose Brevant seeds, you're not looking for a simple win. You're looking to turn heads and make a name for yourself. This is your turf, and when you get out there, it's sheer domination. Get started at Brevant.com/domination. Win, win, win.
Hey, I'm Coy Parrish, Gopher athlete and proud to call Minnesota home. You can feel it when a community comes together. It's a game changer. When neighbors show up, businesses grow, and families thrive. Everybody wins. At Truestone Financial Credit Union, banking is more than just a place to manage your money. It's about making a difference, both on and off the field. Because when our community is strong, we all play better. It's true. Let's go. Stop by your neighborhood location or visit truestone.org. Proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Abbott in the Big Ten. 18 schools. One blood drive competition with a life-saving purpose. We give blood. This season, your one donation helped save up to 3 lives. And together, we saved over 200,000. But the need for blood never stops. So keep your sleeves rolled up. Keep giving blood. Keep saving lives. Visit big10.org/Abbott to donate.
Welcome back to the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics.
As your neighborhood credit union and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics, Truestone knows that banking is more than just affordable loans and a place to manage your money. They help their neighbors dream bigger and live better. It's true. Welcome back. New Mexico has dominated this game so far, but only a 6-0 lead on the scoreboard. They have 111 total yards. Minnesota just 37. Each team has turned it over. Gophers turned it over on downs, technically on a 4th and 1, and then it did officially become a fumble, and the Gophers, John Nestor intercepted his 6th pass of the year, but the Gophers couldn't capitalize on that. And the Gophers, as they have, DT, much of the season, slow starters here. They've had to come from behind, and many a win this year. They've got 7 of them, and to get an 8th, they'll need to come from behind again.
Well, they have, and we have, but there hasn't been that much damage. We still, 1 touchdown and a field goal put us back in the lead if we get that opportunity. But we got to get something going on. It feels like we're just a little stagnant here, both offensively and defensively. We haven't been able to take advantage of this Lobos team. I feel like there's some opportunities out there we've not been able to seize.
Glasgow to kick toward us as we're behind home plate in the end zone. Parrish and Davis deep. And this one is high end over and kick. Parrish will let it go over his head, lands about 5 yards deep. And the Gophers will take over on a touchback from their own 25-yard line. In a hurry, don't worry. Cub delivers. Get fresh meat, produce, everyday essentials, and more delivered to your door. Cub, a proud supporter of Gopher Athletics for over 20 years and a sponsor of our Rate Bowl coverage here all week long. All right, the offense, DT's got to kick it in gear here.
Absolutely. Offense needs to kick it in gear. We need to get a little bit more momentum and a little bit more sense of attack.
All right, let's take a break. We'll do the NFL-style back-to-back breaks here. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious, with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
0% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 9.7%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/26. See CostcoAuto.com/save for current vehicle listings, restrictions, eligibility dates, terms, and conditions. Costco and its affiliates do not sell automobiles or negotiate individual transactions.
Minnesota football lives here all season long. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Justin Guard here for Affinity Plus. As the Gophers analyze game film to improve, take a moment to review your financial game plan with Affinity Plus. Their digital banking tools give you the stats that matter, from spending patterns to savings goals, all at your fingertips. Banking shouldn't be complicated, and with the Affinity Plus app, it's as simple as checking the score. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, insured by NCUA.
Minnesota Gopher Premium Suites are your ticket to unforgettable game days.
Steps into the circle, he scores!
Enjoy exclusive amenities, prime views, and a private space to cheer on the maroon and gold with friends, family, or clients. Whether you're closing deals or making memories, a premium suite takes your Gopher game day experience to the next level.
Elevates for a three. Got it!
Don't miss out. Suites are limited. Visit gophersports.com/premium. Elevate your game day experience. Welcome back. New Mexico 6, Minnesota nothing. Let's get a Stephen Carey report from Justin Guard.
Well, it's interesting here. It's an indoor bowl game in Arizona, but it's hot in here. I don't know if your bodies for radio can feel the humidity up there in the press box, but there are no fans or no cooled off benches like we may see at home when it's really hot in August or September. So injured players and I assume graduate assistants are basically tasked with grabbing clipboards, whiteboards, whatever flat object they can find, and fanning off players on the sideline because it's more humid than you would expect in here right now.
Yeah, we could use a couple of fanners up here in the booth. Yeah. It is warm. Here's Lindsey, straight handoff to Taylor, spins out of a tackle, trying to get outside, lifts his legs and does. 35, 40, down the sideline, an extra gear to the 40, and finally out of bounds inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, and a great run by Darius Taylor as a spin move right at the point of attack. DT sprung him free.
You know what, Mike? That's why you have to continue to give the ball to Darius Taylor. He is a playmaker. Right there, that would have been like, a 2-yard loss by 80 or 90% of the backs in the country. He tears off a 45-yard run, flips off the field, and puts in scoring position right there. Great run by Darius.
38-yard run. Coy Parrish in at receiver. Here's a handoff. Taylor trying the left side this time. Gang tackling, and not much of a gain. And now some tempers flaring in the secondary. Coy Parrish amongst others there with Brawley, but no flags. It's a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Gophers on that 38-yard play surpassed their previous total for the entire game of 37 yards. Taylor will get a breather now, and the running back will be Cam Davis.
And hopefully we can take a little bit more of a shot downfield here.
Parrish is out of the game. Duke Hayes is in at receiver to the left. Lindsey out of the pistol. Sends in motion his tight end Bibber. 2 to snap. Back to Lindsey. Looking right, throws right. It's caught, and that is a good catch by Tracy. And he spins forward close to first down yardage inside the 30. Just shy of the first down by a yard or so. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, from our point.
3rd and 1, I beg your pardon. Sorry, DT.
I actually thought that he did have the first down there, but we're just so far away. It's difficult to be able to see. But yeah, it's like it's just a really 3rd down short situation here.
Yeah, from where we are right now, it's about 130 or 40 yards down to where they're at the 28-yard line. 3rd and 1, and now a wildcat with Lindsey lined up way to the right as a receiver. It is Taylor and Davis, the running backs. It's a snap to Taylor. He fakes a handoff and keeps it and burrows forward for a first down. He got to the 36 and moved the sticks for Minnesota. We approach the 4-minute mark. Minnesota trailing 6-0, and that run by Taylor got him going. And you look back at some of these games, Daryl, that Minnesota has come from behind in after slow starts. They've all been triggered by a long play. Jalen Smith on a long play. There was an interception by John Nestor in one of the games. And in this game, maybe that Taylor run of 38 will spark them.
I certainly hope so, and I think it does give us an opportunity. It looks like we have a Lobo this down on the field, but you do have to get the ball to your playmakers.
Official timeout for an injured player.
So the reason he said before the ball was spotted means they won't take a timeout or have a runoff here. Nebraska, remember, Taylor had the long run down to the 1-yard line that got him going, and then they never looked back after they scored on that play. So with 3:56, if all would go well, the Gophers could amazingly end up with a 7-6 lead here at the end of this drive if they can keep it rolling. The injured player, Brian Booker, defensive tackle, Mansfield, Texas, a transfer from Texas Southern. He comes out. You can hear the Gopher fans now in the background with a "Let's Go Gophers" chant on 1st and 10. Lindsey back at quarterback. Coy Parrish in at a slot back left. That's the wide side of the field. Under center is Lindsey. Taylor, the running back. Lindsey sends Parrish in motion. And it is a little end around to Parrish, who changes direction and weaves his way back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard or two to the 30, make it the 25-yard line. A gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and Coy's one of those playmakers we like to get the ball to as well. And I know, especially in the bowl game, had a little bit more of an opportunity to get him back on this side of the ball. And he will hopefully eventually make a play as well. Right there, unfortunately, the Lobos did a nice job with leverage on that play. Tried to reverse field, just couldn't pick anything up. 3 Lobos, including Carhu, they're all MWC selection waiting for him. Parrish in motion. It's a handoff to Taylor. He jumps over the stack and stays on his feet for first down yardage. What a run that was. A gain of 10 to the 16, and Minnesota's into the red zone. 2:50 and ticking second quarter. Gophers trail 6-0, but they're knocking on the door. And that's what happens when you get the ball to a playmaker, and he had that spin move before, and right now he's starting to feel good and feel confident about what he's doing. Nice play.
Another handoff to him. He finds a sliver of space and lowers his shoulder for a gain down to about the 11, about a 4 or 5 yard pickup. 2:28. The Gophers could let it run down to the 2-minute warning to not leave New Mexico with any time, but instead they're doing the opposite. They're hustling up to try to get a play off, and they do. And it's another handoff to Taylor, and this time he has no gain. Maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5, and that will bring us to our 2-minute warning. With the latest plan from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota, designed by Coop Health, there's no trick plays or surprise bills. Just coverage you can count on. Learn more at bluecrossmn.com/Coop, COUPE. 2-minute warning.
Timeout.
Gophers will have a 3rd and 4 from the 10-yard line when we come back. 6-0 Lobos. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
For coverage that plays smart and care that goes the distance, you can count on the latest offerings from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. It's a simplified health plan designed by Coop Health, proud sponsor of Gopher football. See what you'll pay before you even schedule a medical appointment, so you can confidently tackle healthcare costs. Plus, you'll have access to the trusted Blue Cross network, so you have a choice when it comes to your care team. Learn more at bluecrossmn.com/COUPE.
Gopher fans, make the most of your stay in the Twin Cities by staying at the Gopher Athletics Preferred Hotel, Courtyard, Minneapolis, downtown. Our preferred hotel offers convenient location, competitive pricing, and a wide variety of amenities to suit any Gopher fan. Visit gophersports.com/preferred hotels for more information and to book your next stay. Courtyard, Minneapolis, downtown is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
It's the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources, Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Ordway Center, celebrating 25 years of supporting the Flint Hills Family Festival. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Hey, if you love taking your family to a Gopher game, how about getting 4 discounted tickets, 4 soft drinks, 4 mix and match popcorn and candy, and $5 off your next $50 purchase at Cub. Log on to gophersports.com/tickets for complete details on the Cub Family 4-pack, and we'll see you on campus soon. Thanks to Cub for their sponsorship of our broadcast here today and all week from Phoenix, Arizona. 2-minute warning, 6-0 Lobos, second quarter. Gophers have a key 3rd and 4 from the 10. Darius Taylor getting it going now. 8 carries, 60 yards. He had the 38-yarder to start the drive. He's in the backfield. Lindsey out of the pistol. Pierce Walsh, the tight end left, 2 receivers left and 1 right. Lindsey waits for the snap on 3rd and 4, and a key 3rd down here. Lindsey sends Tracy in motion, and he wants to throw on a straight drop. Fires toward the corner of the end zone. Man out there, sliding, caught, touchdown! Javon Tracy, a spectacular catch. Make it Smith, the Mankato product
Really
instead.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jalen Smith's 3rd touchdown of the year.
That was a beautiful timing pass to that back corner of the end zone. You talk about dropping the ball in the bucket, Mike. That is dropping the ball in the bucket where only the receiver can catch it. Great throw and even a better catch.
Unbelievable. We're tied 6-6, 1:53 to play in the quarter. And the extra point coming here. They're going to wait for the thumbs up before the extra points allowed. Denneberg on the year 31 of 31. They get the thumbs up, and the extra point kick will come. That was a beautiful drive for the Golden Gophers on the touchdown. Sparked again by the long run to start the drive.
Well, just about all the runs by Darius on that series were excellent.
Extra point kick is up, and it is good, and Minnesota has the lead with 1:53 to go in the second quarter. 7-6, the Gophers on a 9-play, 75-yard drive, and it covered more than 5 minutes. They leave 1:53 on the clock for New Mexico to have some work, but the Affinity Drive summary sponsored by our friends at Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. Nice drive. You mentioned DT. There, that DT.
No, I mean, that's just part of it. You have playmakers, and sometimes things aren't blocked, and sometimes things happen, but great players make great plays, and Darius being a great player that is, that spin move, that jumping over the pile in the middle of that series, that's what sparked that drive and gave Drake Lindsey the opportunity to find Smith in the corner of the end zone on the great timing pass to the back pylon.
Yeah, that play was way in the corner and as far away almost as it could possibly be from us, and it was the only reaction we saw were the Gopher players throwing their arms up in the air. And so you had to figure it was caught, and indeed it was. And it was Jalen Smith, not Tracy, on the TD. His 3rd of the year, Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
So Denneberg on to kick. And the Gophers now will be charged with keeping this New Mexico team off the board here before halftime. Maybe get a quick stop, who knows. Deep is Damon Bankston. Here's the kick. And a sidewinding, angling knuckleball bounces in the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and New Mexico will have it from its own 25-yard line. Hey, if you're looking for a great career that offers training and opportunities to advance, well, visit careers.marsden.com to see current openings. Defense has to step up now, Darryl.
Well, the defense has to step up, and they've stepped up for the most part. Also gets back to, you and I talked a bit during the break about running time off the clock, but you sometimes feel like you got to capitalize on that momentum and energy for your offense. It would be nice if there was a little bit less time on the clock here for the Lobos. They have been successful in moving the ball up and down the field here. They haven't got in the end zone, but they've been able to move the ball up and down the field.
Carmo is in at a linebacker, and he's lined up almost as a defensive tackle along with Jackson Howard, who's almost the nose tackle in this odd-looking formation. Lane to throw on first down. Hit, lost the ball. It's popped out, loose, and New Mexico falls on it all the way back at about the 19-yard line. Good job there. Was that Menz maybe who got a hand on it? Gophers could use one of their 2 remaining timeouts here as the ball was bounced on by Alian. Is the man who recovered the fumble. Clock continues to wind, and now PJ will use a timeout. But boy, he let a lot of time run off the clock there before he decided to do it. About 19 extra seconds ticked off. With 1:21, he'll have 1 timeout left. It's a 7-yard loss on the sack. I believe it was Carter Menz who got the sack and the fumble, or forced the fumble. For Menz, that will go down as sack number 6.5 on the season, and his first here of the day today. First career forced fumble as well. All the way going back to the touchdown pass. Drake now, Lindsey with 17 TD passes this year. That's tied for 10th most in a single season in program history. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. It's an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. They create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities in all Minnesotans. Learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gophers Sports Network. Gooseby back at safety, and Lane on a quick handoff right, and a good piece of running across the 20 to the 24-yard line, and that was Bankston. And another timeout here by P.J. Fleck. A gain of about 3. We'll call it 4. It'll bring up a third, make it 6. We'll call it third and 11. The ball at the 24-yard line.
Final of the half.
And P.J., as we mentioned, will use the final timeout. We'll have P.J. with J.G. They'll add 2 seconds to the clock. PJ will talk with JG here on his way into the locker room, and really in this case clubhouse at this baseball stadium, Chase Field. And then Tanner Hoops will have the halftime show. Mike Wierzbicki, Deputy Athletic Director, will join him at half. We'll get an update on Gopher Athletics scorers from games earlier today, and a preview of some other bowl games upcoming, particularly those featuring Big Ten teams. Big Ten 2-0 so far in bowl games, including the win in Detroit today by Northwestern over Central Michigan. Washington got a win earlier in the bowl season, and of course the win by Oregon in the playoffs. So technically 3-0 in the postseason. Gophers trying to get the conference to 4-0, but a full half plus a little more left. 1:16 in the second.
Wow,
third and 11 here for the Lobos.
Would be a great place right here for the Lobos to take a shot downfield. Third down 11. You might as well take a shot because most likely going to punt anyways.
And Lane, the quarterback, and it is going to be a straight handoff right. Gets behind his blockers and has close to first down yardage. I think he's got the first out to the 35-yard line. It is. Move the sticks with 1:11. And boy, the size mismatch on that particular play was not evident at all. In fact, the Gophers went small. They have Jackson Howard, like I said, basically playing a defensive tackle spot. Back to throw is Lane. Quick hitting pass out to Bankston, and he catches and then backpedals out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 39. A gain of 4 with 1:01 to play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Their field goal kickers, Long of the season, 46-yard. He's only missed 1 all year. He's 2 for 2 today. So they've got a little work to do to get into field goal range. And a field goal would give them the lead. 1:01 to play here in the second. And the Gophers with a 7-6 advantage in a nip and tuck rate bowl so far. Lobos 125 total offense, Minnesota 112. Most of that coming on the last drive. Here's Lane to throw, looks right, looks, now dumps it off for his tight end Thomas. He's got some room, tries to hurdle a man, and then is caromed backwards. The clock will continue to wind with 50 seconds, and now New Mexico will burn a timeout with 51 seconds. Coy Parrish got him while he was up in the air amongst others. It's a gain of 4.
Timeout, New Mexico.
Darius Green threw his shoulder in there as well.
Well, nice job of rallying to the ball, Mike. And one thing you did mention, and we're playing a little bit smaller lineup. You have Como and a few of the other smaller defenders in there. They've been able to move them around a little bit, but that's what happens when you have a running quarterback. You try to have spies and people that are up front and have an opportunity to tackle and make plays. But when you just line up and just move them and get that pad level down, then you can lose those battles, and that's what's been happening so far today. And they tried out in the perimeter, but that was very, very nice tackle by Corey and Carey and the rest of them.
Yeah, the Gophers started using their timeouts when it was 2nd and 17 after the sack fumble, and then a couple of handoffs get the 17 necessary yards. And now it's a 3rd and 3 here for New Mexico as they used a timeout. And we'll see what they have in store. The quarterback is still Lane, so they don't put the running quarterback Lobstein in at this point. Wide side to the left, 3 receivers that way. Anthony Smith in at right defensive end. Lane wants to throw. Now he's going to keep. Tucks, runs, bounces forward out to the 35, and that looks like it's enough for a first down. Move the sticks. He needed 3, and he got 3. Clock stops for the moment while they move the chains. And now the ball's ready for play, and the clock starts with 45 seconds. Lane waits for the snap and wants to throw. Looks right, rifles right, caught, no, dropped. That was McKinney out of the backfield. He has 14 catches on the year, and that one right in his hands, and he dropped. It would have been a short gain of 4 or 5, but it's 2nd and 10 now from their own 45. New Mexico, the ball down 1.
Well, the yards they would have needed, could have turned up field and picked up maybe 1 or 2 more, but to keep them moving in the right direction for them potentially get a field goal here. But nice break for us with them dropping that ball.
John Nestor has an interception earlier today. Be nice to see him get his second INT. It would be his third 2-interception game of the year. Had 2 against the Badgers and was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. Lane wants to throw. He is hit and dropped. Nice job. It was Anthony Smith bringing him down. His second sack of the afternoon. Back at the 32 in New Mexico on a 3rd and 17 will now take a timeout. Back at the 38-yard line to stop the clock. They could have just let the half run out. And so now we'll be interested to see what they come up with here.
New Mexico, their second of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
So good job, Anthony Smith. He has 2 sacks today, 12.5 on the season now. Carter Menz was in hot pursuit from the other side as well.
Well, they might want to help Malik Lane on that side. Usually a one-on-one match for Anthony Smith is an advantage for Anthony Smith. He is athletic, and it's part of the reason that this could potentially be his last game.
Let's go to JG with a Stephen Carey update.
And I'm pretty sure, guys, that he just waved off the substitution right before that play. He came up a little bit gimpy coming out of the scrum on the first down play. Second down play, he comes back, and I should say on the first down play, second down play, he's waving off the subs because he wants another opportunity at it, I guess.
Gophers with 3 down linemen. The 2 ends are Smith and Menz, and then the nose tackle standing up is Jackson Howard. And to throw, and it's a quick hitting bubble pass over the middle, and now a throwback the other way from across the line of scrimmage, but it's backwards, and Nestor is there to seal the deal along with Menz on a little trickery, and that will likely bring us to the end of the quarter as the clock winds. New Mexico has a timeout, but they've got 4th down. The Gophers cannot stop the clock, and that will bring us to the end of this first half. The Gophers have a 1-point lead, 7-6 here as the half winds down. A time to hear from head coach PJ Fleck. The interview is brought to you by alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors, part of the True North family of companies. Sunbelt serves business owners as Minnesota's largest seller of companies. Alumni-owned Sunbelt should be on your team roster if you're buying or selling a business. Here's Justin.
PJ, what'd you get going there offensively?
Just a lot of their stunts and movements giving us a little bit of issues with one guy here and there. Got to give them credit. Went back to some inside stuff, which was really good for us. Then it's just about execution right now on offense.
Defensive, how do you feel?
Just got to get off the ball on off the field on third down. Our third down defense now isn't very good. They're getting into third and manageable, and even when they're not, they're making some plays. You got to give them credit. They're a good team. They made a big 3rd and long play, but third down, we got to get off the field.
Appreciate it as always, PJ. Grimmer, I'll give you one quick nugget from the sideline. Darius Taylor did go into the locker just a little bit early there on that last defensive possession. My indication is it has to do with that heat. After he came off the field on that last touchdown drive, they were really working with the towels and the ice and everything to maybe cool him down a little bit. So that would be my, not a doctor, as you know, but that would be my intuition there, that they're just making sure he's hydrated and ready to go for the second half.
All right, very good. You get yourself hydrated, too.
Thank you, buddy.
And I need you strong for the 3rd and 4th quarter.
You got any electrolytes up there?
We do have tablets, a few. Yeah, come on up.
Juice.
Come on up. I'll throw it to you. TJ mentioned 3rd down. New Mexico 7 of 12 on 3rd down in that first half. That interview is sponsored by alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors. They should be in your team roster if you're buying or selling a business. Get your Sunbelt no-cost confidential business valuation today. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com. We want to thank our great friends from Sunbelt and True North. Halftime, 7-6. Minnesota the lead. We're at the Rate Bowl. Tanner Hoops will have the halftime show coming up. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey Gopher fans, Minnesota-made and Gopher alumni-owned Old Dutch Foods has been crafting quality snacks for loyal fans throughout the upper Midwest since 1934, like their newest flavors, Dutch Crunch Sweet Heat, Movie Theater Butter Popcorn, and Sour Cream and Onion Veggie Puff Corn. Find Old Dutch in the Gopher Garden before select home games sampling their latest flavors, or stop by your local store and pick them up today. Old Dutch, family-owned, quality snacks since 1934.
Crispy, crunchy, light and snappy, Old Dutch potato chips.
The Rate Bowl, live from Phoenix, Arizona. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Sieben Carey is more than Minnesota's Know Your Rights personal injury law firm. We support organizations that change lives in our state, like the Minnesota Military Family Foundation for active duty soldiers, or Achieve Services for adults with disabilities, or Crescent Cove Hospice Care for children. It's a tradition of service to our neighbors that stretches back more than 70 years. Learn more at knowyourrights.com. Sieben Carey, accident lawyers who win for all Minnesotans.
You can just picture it. The anticipation before the big moment. The band playing, the adrenaline flowing, the confidence that you're about to hit the field and simply dominate. Now you know what it feels like to plant a field of Brevant seeds. Because when you choose Brevant seeds, you're not looking for a simple win. You're looking to turn heads and make a name for yourself. This is your turf. And when you get out there, it's sheer domination. Get started at Brevant.com/domination. Win, win, win.
1, 2, 3. Exclusive coverage of the Rake Bowl continues. Presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. Gopher football is also brought to you by Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. And by Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. This is the Gopher Halftime Show.
Minnesota leads New Mexico 7-6 at the break. Tanner Hoops with you, and we're joined by Golden Gopher Associate AD Mike Wiersbick. He's kind enough to lend us his time. And Mike, first and foremost, hope you had a happy Christmas and enjoying the time down there in Arizona. I know that there's a lot of responsibility down there. It's not just a trip down there for fun, but I do hope you're enjoying your time down there and enjoying the weather especially.
Well, you as well, Tanner. Happy holidays. Hope you had some time with your family. And you're exactly right. An awesome opportunity to get down here and for our football team to celebrate a great year and obviously playing a great bowl game here in Phoenix. And then for our fans and donors and alumni, a chance to get together and celebrate. So we've got a great group of Gophers out here, and I know they're excited for the second half.
It's been a fun game and a tight one, and hopefully a Golden Gopher victory, a ninth straight bowl victory if we can end up doing it. But it's been a good year for a lot of Gopher programs, and that's what we like to see. Volleyball just wrapped up a really fun run. We're getting into the winter sports side of things. Both basketball teams have been competitive. They've had a couple of quality wins each. The wrestling team is really hitting their stride, and it won't be long. We're going to be talking about baseball and softball and spring sports. But as far as the athletic department goes, what's been on your agenda?
Yeah, no, I think you just summarized it well there. So, it's a ton of fun. I think that's why we do what we love to do here with Gopher Athletics is, support our student athletes and obviously bring our community together to support them on the field and, court or ice or whatever mat it might be. And so, I've been extremely busy and obviously, with fall sports wrapping up here with football and obviously winter sports in full swing. Busy time on campus, but, a ton of fun and obviously excited for what's ahead in 2026.
And, of course, hockey on a lot of people's minds up here. The women's team right up there, one of the top teams in the country. The men's team, after a slow start, they really finished the 2025 portion strong. And it's a big week here on campus, and it will be a big week and a half with the World Juniors Tournament coming here and at Grand Casino Arena. First time it's been to the Twin Cities since 1982. What does that mean to have this on campus?
Yeah, it's a really special opportunity, Tanner. I think you look back at especially Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities area, whether it's been Final Fours, Frozen Fours, Super Bowls, volleyball national championships and Final Fours. Really cool opportunity for us to host such an international event with the IIHF World Juniors and obviously get to play the secondary host at 3M Arena at Mariucci. So, as you mentioned, we've got a great group of staff down here supporting our football team in the bowl game, but, equally appreciative of all of our staff back at home, running those games at 3M Arena at Mariucci. That'll be busy from today through the first part of the new year and hosting a bunch of different games from all over the world and really cool opportunity to showcase the University of Minnesota. We obviously know what the state of hockey is and the fan base, but a chance to showcase that on a national level with some of the greatest young players in the game visiting our campus.
Yeah, I stopped over there and before we got going with football, and it's really cool everything that's going on over there, and certainly encourage people to go over and check that out and be part of it. Some other events that are coming up, though, you want to make people aware of. I know coming up Monday, I'm here at Williams Arena, and we've got $2 hot dog night coming up on Monday against Fairleigh Dickinson. I've had that one circled for a long time, but what are some things you want to get on Gopher fans' radar?
Well, I'll make sure we set a tray aside for you, Tanner, because I know those $2 dogs will go fast, but no, that's exactly what it's going to be. We've got a ton of awesome themes and promotions. Our marketing staff does a a remarkable job, creating opportunities for our fans to come together. Last week at men's basketball, we had our annual halftime baby races, which is always a hit. But yeah, if you go ahead and check out gophersports.com, you'll see all the promotion schedules, basketballs, hockey, as you mentioned, wrestling, gymnastics is going to have an amazing home season at Maturi Pavilion. So, we're excited, and most of our student athletes and teams get a little bit of time off around the holidays, and then starting next week, we'll be right back at it in a full swing of things.
Great stuff, Mike. Appreciate you hopping on and taking the time. Enjoy the rest of your time down there in Phoenix.
Thanks, Tanner. Appreciate it.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard after this. 7-6, Minnesota leading New Mexico at the break. This is Goalie Gopher football from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit. 15 over. 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
With corn rootworm costing farmers up to $1 billion a year, you need the right strategy. Introducing DuraStack trait technology, featuring 3 powerful modes of action to strike corn rootworm at full force, outsmart, outmaneuver, and outmatch their every move with the industry's first triple BT protein stack built for corn rootworm control. Take back your yield potential. Make your move at Durastack.com. Available for the 2027 season.
Gopher women's basketball is back at Williams Arena for the 2025-26 season, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss any of the action and get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
This is the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Beats, bites, and big plays start here. Mystic Lake's Hop House is now open. Turn up the volume with live music every weekend. Savor all-star flavors that bring the heat, surrounded by wall-to-wall game day action. Legendary nights are on tap at the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination, Hop House. Now open at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Details at mysticlake.com.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Halftime in Phoenix, Minnesota leading New Mexico 7-6, looking for a 9th consecutive bowl victory. Here are some other scores involving Big Ten teams, and we'll look, of course, at the college football playoff. The Big Ten still unbeaten this bowl season. It got going back on December 13th in the LA Bowl. Washington blew open a tight game in the second quarter. They beat Boise State 38-10. The Huskies capped the year at 9-4. College football playoff got going a week ago tonight. Oklahoma led 17-0 early in the second. Alabama came storming back, and they bounced the Sooners, winning 34-24. The next day, a defensive battle down in College Station. Miami took a 10-3 victory over Texas A&M. Later that night, Oregon had no problems with James Madison, winning 51-34. They will draw Texas Tech in the quarterfinal round. Also in that opening round of the college football playoff back on December 20th, Saturday as some would like to call it, Ole Miss defeats Tulane for the second time this season. They win 41-10. They now turn their attention to Georgia in the quarterfinal round. Earlier today, the Sports Bowl in Detroit, Northwestern, no troubles against Central Michigan. They win 34-7. Big day for Griffin Wilde. He was the game MVP with 10 catches and 2 scores, including this. Now we're having technical issues back in the studio, but it was a big day for him. Northwestern closes at 7-6. Don't look now, but they put together a good little bowl streak. They have won 6 in a row. Tomorrow, the Pinstripe Bowl in the Bronx. Penn State takes on Clemson, 11 a.m. kick. Tuesday, Illinois battles Tennessee, 4:30 start in the Music City Bowl. Later that night, the Alamo Bowl. USC will go up against TCU at 8 o'clock. Wednesday, New Year's Eve, Iowa faces Vanderbilt, 11 a.m. in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Michigan will oppose Texas at 2 in the Citrus Bowl. Also that day at 2:30, Nebraska squares off against Utah in the Las Vegas Bowl. And then that night, the college football playoff from the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic as Ohio State takes on Miami at 6:30. Then Thursday, New Year's Day, the top-ranked team of the country in the Big Ten champion Indiana Hoosiers go up against Alabama. 3 o'clock game in the Rose Bowl. That's your look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Our score, Minnesota on top of New Mexico, 7-6. We will take a break. We'll come back and we'll recap what the first half sounded like in the Gopher Sports Network after this. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need, so you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
The maroon and gold versus the cherry and silver. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. sunbeltminnesota.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
7-6, Minnesota by a point at halftime of the Rate Bowl, looking for a 9th consecutive bowl victory. The Gophers taking on New Mexico. Time to hear how the first half sounded here in the Gopher Sports Network with our game summary. It was the Lobos getting the first 6 points of the contest, couple of field goals. The Gopher defense, though, I tell you what, happy to have John Nestor, who's announced he's coming back in 2026. He got pick number 6 of the season.
Running back goes in motion, Lane alone in the backfield. Quick drop, looking to throw. Pressure comes from Becker. Nothing there. Now he lobs it down the far sideline. Intercepted! John Nestor holds it in at the 40 of Minnesota. His team leading and Big Ten leading 6th. INT. Johnny on the spot, John Nestor.
And by the way, his 6 interceptions ties him for number 3 in single-season program history. Minnesota was able to retake the lead take the lead for the first time in the final minutes of that first half with this.
Lindsey sends Tracy in motion, and he wants to throw on a straight drop. Fires toward the corner of the end zone. Man out there, sliding, caught, touchdown! A spectacular catch. Smith, the Mankato product.
Real touchdown, Minnesota.
Jalen Smith's 3rd touchdown of the year.
And that would be enough to give Minnesota a 1-point lead halfway home. Hopefully we can finish this one off. We'll find out when we come back. 7-6, Minnesota leading New Mexico at the break. Second half is coming up after this. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
All the special interests are represented in St. Paul. But who speaks for you? Center of the American Experiment does. Our Our policy fellows dig into the tough issues that matter to you and offer common sense solutions on education, taxes, crime, and energy. American Experiment is the trusted, nonpartisan voice of Minnesotans like you. We are working every day to make Minnesota a better, safer, more prosperous place. We are American Experiment. Go to americanexperiment.org to learn more.
Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemont is celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that move us forward. For generations, the tall columns and bright lights have made Pine Bend a landmark seen for miles. As a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics, Flint Hills also celebrates the workers and innovations that make Pine Bend one of the nation's most advanced refineries. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
The Rate Bowl, live from Phoenix, Arizona, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services with 18 Twin Cities locations. Washburn-McCreevy is celebrating more than 165 years of serving Minnesota. When the time comes to remember a loved one and to celebrate life, let Washburn-McCreevy guide you. Go to washburnmccreevy.com to find out more. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established. Welcome back. We're at the Rate Bowl in Phoenix, Arizona. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you. It is halftime. Our coverage of the Rate Bowl all week long, presented by Cubs. Stat-wise, here at the half, the Gophers lead at 7-6. That's the big stat. They've been outgained by New Mexico 126-112, but the Gophers had the long drive of 75 yards, which made up some ground in that case and got them the lead with the Jalen Smith catch with just under 2 minutes to go in the half. Darius Taylor, 8 carries and 60 yards. JG will give us an update on Darius Taylor. As he mentioned, he went into the locker room a little early thinking it was heat related. It is warm in here. DT down to short sleeves. He's going to go shirtless here in a moment, probably.
I'm thinking about it. You know, it is warm and dehydrated, but they brought us some water bottles. Paul Rovnak was kind enough to bring us a little water so we can make sure that we stay hydrated. But hopefully Darius is going to be all right. If they can get an IV or something like that at halftime, get a little extra fluids, because we will need him in the second half. He is certainly the straw that stirs the drink in that backfield. The Gophers will get the ball to start the second half, and that is obviously good news, and they deferred to start the game. They do get the score. It's technically not a double dip because New Mexico ended the ball with the half, but it's pretty close to a double dip. If they can get points here, it'd be big. Well, we're able to get that stop there at the beginning of the end of the first half, and that was really a key there because we were talking about clock and being able to kind of manage the clock, but did a good job with it there and being able to get off the field without the Lobos scoring any points. A couple of notes in that first half on Anthony Smith. 2 sacks, tied for most in a single bowl game, the 7th to do it. Boye Mafe did it here on this field a couple of years ago, 4 years ago. He also now owns the program record for most career tackle for loss in bowl games, period, at 5. Team is now up to 39 sacks on the year, tied for 3rd most in a season. Those records back to 1984, and 39 sacks, the most since the record 45 sacks set back in 99. Also 90 tackles for a loss this season now, 3rd most as a team since 77. All right, we're ready to go. Coy Parrish and Cam Davis are deep, far end zone as we look at it. And the kicker now is Charles Streckkamp. That's a different guy than had been the kickoff man earlier. He approaches the ball, puts the right foot into it. High end over end kick over the head of Parrish, lands about 2 yards deep, and Minnesota will start from its own 25-yard line. Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, family owned and celebrating over 165 years of serving families in the Twin Cities, and proud supporter of Gopher football. Visit the webpage at washburnmccreevy.com. While the long run, the 38-yard run by Taylor, got the offense sparked a little bit. 75-yard drive. We'll see if they can keep that momentum here, Daryl. Well, we need to get some momentum going here in the second half, and I think part of it is what we realized at the end of the first half is you got to feed the ball to Darius Taylor. He is a special player. He can make plays, and then also giving Drake some opportunities to throw the ball downfield. In particular, we're talking about a little bit of half. We'd like to see just maybe a few more deep shots. It feels like our offensive line has been protecting at least good enough, but let's take some shots downfield.
Yeah, and Smith with that touchdown catch right before half. Good news, Taylor is in the game, so he's got some, now the Gophers jump. The stunting up front looks like it forced the Gophers to react, and as long as it's not action that is extra from a normal stunt, it's fine. Let's see what they have here.
False start.
Yep.
Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And PJ screaming about the stunting. That rule changed this year. You can stunt, but if you do anything over dramatic or simulate some sort of a start of a play, that's supposed to go on the defense. We're so far away from it, quite honestly, I can't tell if that was the case, but certainly that's what PJ screaming at the official about. We'll get the look here. And can't tell. So it's 1st and 15 from the 20. First play of the half. In motion goes a tight end. No, that is Parrish, and he gets the screen pass, and he works his way. Oh, and he hurdles a man. He skied up, 40-inch vertical leap, and a gain of about 8 on that sideline. He was a big-time slam dunk guy in high school basketball, and he showed the hops there, DT.
Well, I think that, and also, yeah, just good for him to get in the game, have excitement, and make a play. But there he definitely shows his vertical leap right there, getting out of harm's way and picking up some yards.
Yeah, gain of 9 out to the 31. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4 after the 1st and 15. 30 seconds into the second half, Gophers lead it 7-6. Parrish again in motion, and a flag flies. Here's a little screen pass that's bounced in the air and incomplete. And I think Parrish may have turned upfield a tick early. Nope, maybe an offside now is the signal from the line judge in the neutral zone. That'll be a first down.
Offside. Defense. Number 1 lined up in the neutral zone. The result of that penalty is going to be a first down.
That is their first team All Mountain West defensive end, Keyshawn James Newby. He was first team All Conference this year. His dad back in the day was first team All Big Sky Conference at Idaho State. His dad, Ernie James. So father-son combo, both pretty good players. Here's Lindsey on a straight handoff. This is Taylor hitting the backfield, and he got maybe a yard as still some pushing and shoving after the play. We'll say no gain, 2nd and 10.
No gain on that play, Mike, but I still agree with it. I think that's one of the things we got to do and stick with is getting Darius Taylor the ball. He is going to make a play. He's going to pop one every once in a while, so you got to stay consistent with that, and hopefully you can use some play action to be able to take some shots downfield as well.
Swaim on the stop, their middle linebacker. 2nd and 10. Clock winds. We're just over a minute into this third quarter. Minnesota with a 1-point lead. Under center now is Lindsey. Wide side to the right. Coy Parrish in at a slot, and now dropping back into. PJ's going to have to get a timeout here. They are not going to get the play. He got the timeout, I think, in time. Lindsey wasn't aware of the time, and they do get the timeout.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout, Minnesota, their first of the half.
We'll see if it's a 30. It will be a 30, so we'll keep it here. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt if they need that timeout. But Drake just was watching that, maybe not watching the play clock wind down, sending guys in motion and trying to get the formation ready, and there was clearly no way they were going to get the snap off. And in fact, the back judge threw the flag because they did not get the snap off in time, but PJ banged the timeout in time. Hey, the Ray Bowl is presented by Cub, the official and proud supporter of Gopher Athletics for over 20 years. Shop happy at your local Cub today. 7-6, Gophers lead it here. They have the 75-yard drive right at the end of that second quarter. Javon Tracy wide to the right. Wide to the left is Jalen Smith. He's got the touchdown catch. Pierce Walsh, the tight end, left. The running back is Darius Taylor. Center of the ball, center of the field is the spot of the ball, and it's 2nd and 10. Lindsey waits for the snap, has it, and now it's a straight handoff to Taylor, who makes one man miss and works his way across the 40 to the 41. A gain of about 5. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Swaim amongst others on the stop for New Mexico.
Just takes a little bit more patience, Mike. It's almost like old school football, but you hand the ball off to the running back, you pick up 5 yards. You got to be happy with that every time you can do it. Puts you in a third down and manageable situation. Hopefully Drake can get some time to be able to find a receiver downfield here.
Gophers were 3 of 6 on third down in that first half. It's 3rd and 5 here. They lead by 1. 2 minutes into this second half. Lindsey with Taylor next to him. Taylor goes in motion. Lindsey on a straight drop, looking left, throws left. It's caught by Smith. First down to the 40 into New Mexico territory, and a big gain inside the 40 and marked down at about the 37-yard line. Nope, the 41. They officially spot it. There's an injured Lobo behind the play, but a nice first down pickup there as it's another connection from Lindsey to Smith. And we'll check on the injured party.
I think it's Caleb Coleman.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
Yeah, he's the safety. They're going to say he stepped out at the 42. First down, Minnesota. They convert, and we will take an official timeout. Gophers 7, Lobos 6, just underway, third quarter. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
The game against Rutgers on September 27th recognized the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Pork Board, and the University of Minnesota's College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences for their continued support.
Hi, it's Andrew Hoiberg from Calcium Products. SO4 pelletized gypsum is the superior sulfur source that delivers the right amount of sulfur, perfectly matching plant needs for yield maximizing plant growth. SO4 consistently performs in trials, providing up to a 13 bushel increase on corn. Ask your agronomist about applying SO4 pelletized gypsum and learn more at calciumproducts.com.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos. It's the Rate Bowl. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Domino's Mix and Match menu has items for every occasion. Order 2 or more items for $6.99 each. Ask for this offer. 2-item minimum. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Bone and wings, bread bowl pasta, and pan pizza will cost extra. Local stores set delivery fees and may charge extra for some menu items, crust types, toppings, and sauces.
Abbott in the Big Ten. 18 schools. One blood drive competition with a life-saving purpose. We give blood. This season, your one donation helped save up to 3 lives. And together, we saved over 200,000. But the need for blood never stops. So keep your sleeves rolled up. Keep giving blood. Keep saving lives. Visit big10.org/Abbott to donate.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Welcome back. Gophers lead at 7-6. It was Coleman, the injured party. He is off the field, and Minnesota with a first down. Jalen Smith, another catch. With that catch, he's now up over 400 yards for the season, and that now makes him the 5th most yards receiving for a freshman in a single year for the Golden Gophers. So a nice year for him continues, and what a bright future as a redshirt freshman.
I think it's a bright future. Just he's evolved as a receiver, and will obviously right now be the #1 receiver going into next year, Mike.
No doubt about it. 7-6, Gophers the lead, and they've got a 1st and 10. They're in New Mexico territory, up at 145 now total yards as we're underway here in the third quarter. Clock winds, 12:50 and ticking. Lindsey with Frank Bierman now, the fullback to his right out of a pistol. Taylor to his left. Lindsey on a straight drop. Now he's flushed, working, pumps, doesn't throw. Now he does, and he just throws it away. Closest man, Logan Loya. Good coverage back there by Tavian Combs, their 6th-year safety. And it's 2nd and 10.
Still like that, though, just working the ball downfield, and Drake does a nice job. He doesn't see anything he doesn't like, not throwing to someone that's covered. And in the first half, he seemed to make some of those plays where like he was kind of a little bit rushed, a little bit panicked. It's better to throw the ball away live to play another down than to get everyone in an uproar and throw the ball potentially to the other team.
Good chip block by Taylor to save a sack as well on the end. Here's a handoff to Taylor, and he scampers for a couple as he found just a sliver of space inside the 40 to about the 37. It's a gain of 5 on 2nd and 10 and brings up a 3rd and 5 again here for Minnesota. Their second 3rd and 5 they faced in this series of downs, and Taylor now up at 60, now 70 yards rushing.
Yeah, but that's a manageable situation, 3rd down and 5, even for Drake to potentially run it, depending on what the call is here.
Gophers on 3rd and 5. Taylor was lined up left, now comes back to the backfield on 3rd and 5. In motion goes the tight end Simpson. Handoff to Taylor, trying the right side. He has a little bit of space, dives forward near the first down stick. It's going to be close, and I think it's going to be 4th and short.
Wow, this could be 4-down territory right here, Mike. That looked really close. I know it's really difficult to tell from our angle, but Taylor does a nice job getting his pad level down and almost picking up the first down there.
They could review this. I thought that was shorted, and now the bad news is Taylor takes himself out on 4th and short here. He tapping his helmet, comes out of the game, so Cam Davis is in at the running back. I'm surprised they haven't reviewed this play to potentially give it a first down. Under center is Lindsey. It's a quarterback sneak, and it's going to be awfully close. No signal yet. The officials weren't very generous, and they're going to give it to New Mexico. The Gophers are sending offensive players in, and the line judge just refused to spot the ball, and he's going to give New Mexico the ball. No, I'm sorry.
No, we got it.
He signaled the wrong way. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He signaled it the other way.
Yeah, I think he was. Confused. Our angle is so crazy here. We can't.
No, he signaled, but it was apparently he's the only guy in the world that signals the chains to move the wrong way. 10:40 to play in the third quarter. Gophers lead at 7-6. It looked like he had the first, and he did. Back to throw is Lindsey. Has time, now spins, and down he goes. Just couldn't throw it away. And the sack is Dimitri Johnson, his first sack of the season. And that's a big loss of 7 back near the 40. It'll be 2nd and 17.
Well, good to see Darius back in on that play, and also Coy Parrish was in on that play as well. But that was a coverage sack there. They had the time. We did not have any receivers able to get any separation in secondary. Nowhere for Drake to throw the ball. 5
minutes into the third quarter. Drew Bibber in at tight end. Jalen Smith wide to the right. Javon Tracy wide to the left. Tight end left as well as Pierce Walsh. Under center Lindsey on 2nd and 17. Lindsey wants to throw. A little bubble screen to Smith, and he's running sideways and got nothing. Maybe a couple. Got to about the 39-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and long here. Not in field goal range yet, the Gophers.
No, that sack certainly didn't help anything. We run the bubble screen here, trying to always hoping you can pop one on that bubble screen. Makes me nervous. It seems like it only works for Justin Gard's son. He's the only one that can run the bubble screen successfully.
Yeah, he's here. They should put him out there.
Yeah.
7-6 the count. Gophers have a 3rd and 16. They are 4 of 8 on 3rd down. In motion is Bibber. Lindsey with 7 to snap. Looks like he's changing the play. Crowd from New Mexico talking defense here. 3 to snap. Now 1 to snap, and the snap is there. Lindsey wants to throw. Rolling right, has plenty of time. Waiting, and he throws it toward Bibber, and it's incomplete. Oh, and a bunch of folks hit the deck hard as Bibber crashed into some people on the sideline trying to go for the ball. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down. And Minnesota from the 38, well, what are they going to do here? They're going to try to pooch punt this thing.
Yeah, it looks like it, and that secondary for the Lobos doing a really nice job, just unable to create any separation. So if we can figure something out to be able to scheme or get some type of one-on-one situation where you could get the ball to one of the receivers downfield, but the Lobos doing a very, very nice job with their pass protection.
38 yards from the 38-yard line. They're going to have to punt here because it's such a long down to get. 16 yards. Brawley is deep. High snap. Good catch by Weston. And he pooches an end-over-end kick toward the 10. Late fair catch call, and it's there at the 10-yard line. Gophers were covering well. A 28-yard punt, but the Gophers get a plus 28 on that, and we'll take the timeout as well. Gopher fans, turn to the experts at CenterPoint Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for your budget and the environment. For more info, go to centerpointenergy.com. DOMO.com/save energy. Minnesota 7, New Mexico 6. It was a long drive. It took almost 7 minutes, but no points. 8:53 to play in the third. Gophers by 1. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
In Gopher country, you don't accept the status quo. You demand more action, more glory, more period. That's why you belong in a Kloss. If you're made for more, Kloss equipment was made for you. From combines and forage harvesters to tractors and hay tools, Kloss machines deliver more efficiency, more performance, and more confidence, helping you score big every season. Visit Kloss.com. That's CLAAS.com to learn more.
Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemont is celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that move us forward. For generations, the tall columns and bright lights have made Pine Bend a landmark seen for miles. As a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics, Flint Hills also celebrates the workers and innovations that make Pine Bend one of the nation's most advanced refineries. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos. It's the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Marsden is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $15 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or call 651-641-1717.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music while you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense.
Ask the McGuire Agency in Roseville if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Welcome back, Golden Gopher football. Minnesota leading New Mexico 7-6. Let's get a Stephen Carey sideline report from JG.
Yeah, a little bit more on Darius Taylor, Mike, because people may be speculating that it was some injury that he was dealing with at halftime. I'll contend it's still just the heat. He came off for that fourth down play, like you mentioned, went right back out there on the bench, has been talking to some of the trainers, but it's been all about basically using ice water to continue spraying on his head and on his neck. So I think it's just stuffy in here. I think that's bothering him a little bit. I don't think it's any injury that he's dealing with. I think it's just maybe the heat and just how much workload he's been putting in here since that last drive of the second quarter.
Yeah, 12 carries and 74 yards for the game. He's also got a reception, been targeted a few times as well. So from the 10-yard line, New Mexico down by 1, third quarter, 8:53 to go. Minnesota going for a ninth straight bowl win. PJ a 7th straight. Here's a handoff right side and wrapped up by Anthony Smith. Another tackle for a loss. That's Bankston back at the 4 or 5 yard line. And Anthony Smith brought his hard hat, Daryl Thompson.
Absolutely did bring his hard hat there, doing a nice job with penetration in the backfield and then bringing the back down to do it at the end of that play. A lot of times you're looking for that defensive end just to set the edge and force everything back to the inside, but if they can wrap him up and bring him down for a loss, even better.
Yeah, ends up being a loss of 3. He was dragged down at the 5, but they progress him out to about the 7 or so. So it's 2nd and 13. Lane out of the pistol, stands at his own 3-yard line, waits for the snap, drops back toward the goal line, looks over the middle, nothing there. Now the pressure comes from behind. Now he's floating from the pocket right, waiting for something. Now the defense comes and tackles him. Baranowski finally gave up the pass rush, and that will likely go, nope, it's a 1-yard gain, so it won't be a sack. It's out to the 9, so a gain of 2, but a good job. Baranowski, that's a tricky spot, right? Do you stay back and cover, or do you eventually charge the quarterback? And he finally said, DT, I'm going to go get the QB.
Well, he did the right thing. Baranowski is the leading tackler so far in this game, 9. That'll be his 10th tackle of the game. So I really, really do trust his instincts. And that's a situation where Lane, we better off just to throw the ball away.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's 3rd and 11 here. They are 7 of 12. We heard PJ Flex said you got to get them off the field on 3rd down. This is their first chance of the second half. 3 down linemen all standing. Lane wants to throw. feels some pressure, goes deep, far side, a leaping catch and a first down at the 25. Caught it in front of Mike Gerald, and that's Keegan Smith again, or Keegan Johnson, I should say. And on 3rd and 11, they convert, and that's got to be disheartening for the Gophers.
It is got to be just a little bit disheartening, especially when you throw that kind of slow lollipop pass back from the far hash all the way back over against the boundary. It's got to be a little bit frustrating, but Gerald hasn't played a lot, so they're just picking on him maybe just a little bit, and he might just be giving him just a little bit more cushion than he would if he played more.
Yeah, basically every time Gooseby goes from corner to safety, they throw it when Gerald comes in. At the moment, the freshman trying to adjust here, and Gooseby is back in at corner now on a first down. Lane wants to throw, looks left, now looks right, waits, pressure comes, and he is not brought down, and he got a first down. After all of that, he gained 11. It was Finnessy who was in the neighborhood. He maybe was getting held on his way as well, and then couldn't wrap him up.
Yeah, and you got to be able to wrap him up and bring him down. But one thing Lane's shown throughout this game is he's a little bit more nifty and probably a little faster than he looks.
Yeah, on the season, 77 carries, 150 yards coming in. That includes the sack yardage, so he is pretty nimble, and it's another first down. And with 6:15 to play in the third, New Mexico down by 1 with the ball, now out across their own 30 at the 36-yard line. And Lane wants to throw again, feels the pressure, fires to the far side, and closest man there was P.J. Fleck on the Minnesota sideline. Darius Taylor covering Michael Buckley. Good job.
Yeah, nice coverage, and he was going to throw that ball regardless. That was kind of a timing round, but I think that he also felt that it was covered. So in that situation, Lane threw that ball away. He felt the pressure.
6:05, clock stop, third quarter, 7-6 Gophers. Gophers have been using a rotation of guys. Lucas Finnessy has played a little more here than usual. Carter Men's doing a good job, and now Jalen Hicks in at defensive tackle. They go to their standard 4 lineman set. The other man, Devin Eastern now. Baranowski and Williams are the linebackers. And it's a keeper by Lobstein who's in the game. And that time Maverick Baranowski plugged the gap on a gain of 1 out across the 35 to about the 37. It'll be 2nd and 9. Make it 3rd and 9.
Maverick doing a great job tackling. His 11th tackle of the game. He is a machine going especially from the tackle box to tackle box on the interior, but just doing a really, really good job so far tonight.
11 tackles for Baranowski. Now they're 8 of 13 on third down. A second opportunity. It was 3rd and 11 last time they convert. Officially 3rd and 8 now from the 38. One running back in the backfield. That's Bankston. And Lane out of the pistol. He's back in. Lane with 3 to snap. Now with 1 to snap. And he gets the snap. Back to throw. The blitz comes. It's picked up, firing, and the ball batted away, and almost intercepted. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and then Anthony Smith jumped to try to catch it like he was rebounding a basketball and was getting dragged down about the same time and couldn't quite bring it in. But the good news is it's 4th down.
That's certainly the good news. Would have been awesome to be able to wrap that up and bring it down, but great play. Also, nice job of getting your hands up and batting that ball down. Great job by the defense.
I couldn't tell it was Anthony Smith who got his hands on it at first, or if it was Kingsbury. It was Men's got his left hand in, rushing from that left in spot. Parrish stands at his own 15-yard line. The punter is Hughes, rolling right, Australian style end over end kick. Fair catch by Parrish. He bobbled the first one that he tried, and a flag flies. The line judge, he's been very flag happy today. The line judge in particular, PJ, has been in his ear. Now he's on the other sideline after being on the Gopher sideline in the first half. And let's see what the marker is here. Gophers with 6 penalties, almost double their season average.
There's no foul on the play.
All right. No foul, so they'll stay at the 6 penalties, and we'll take a break. Official timeout, 7-6, Minnesota the lead. 5:07 to play in the third. Gophers will have the ball when we come back at their own 20-yard line. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Do you want the best deal in town? Goldie's Kids Club, presented by Dick's House of Sport, is the official kids club of Golden Gopher Athletics. And for only $35, each member receives an exclusive member t-shirt, a wall flag, free admission to the majority of Gopher Athletic home events, and more. Don't wait. Join the team today at gophersports.com.
Gopher fans, make the most of your stay in the Twin Cities by staying at the Gopher Athletics Preferred Hotel, Courtyard Minneapolis downtown. Our preferred hotel offers convenient location, competitive pricing, and a wide variety of amenities to suit any Gopher fan. Visit gophersports.com/preferred hotels for more information and to book your next stay. Courtyard Minneapolis downtown is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Hey Gopher fans, Minnesota-made and Gopher alumni-owned Old Dutch Foods has been crafting quality snacks for loyal fans throughout the upper Midwest since 1934, like their newest flavors, Dutch Crunch Sweet Heat, Movie Theater Butter Popcorn, and Sour Cream and Onion Veggie Puff Corn. Find Old Dutch in the Gopher Garden before select home games sampling their latest flavors, or stop by your local store and pick them up today. Old Dutch, family-owned, quality snacks since 1934.
Crispy, crunchy, light and snappy, Old Dutch potato chips.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY. Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher Football.
Minnesota 7, New Mexico 6, a low-scoring football game. We're in the third, 5:07 to go. Minnesota 149 total yards, New Mexico 154. 2 field goals for the Lobo, a touchdown by Jalen Smith for Minnesota, and the Gophers have the football back from their own 20. And from our vantage point behind home plate and the end zone, it's way on the other end from the 20. So hopefully they march it 80 yards our way, DT.
I certainly hope that we can march it the 80 yards our direction so that we can actually see it, and so that we can actually get some score and build a little bit of a buffer between us and them.
I think, right? All the no, there was a field goal on this end. Otherwise, the touchdown and the other field goal on the other end. And the Gophers now with Lindsey under center and ready to go. The running back is Darius Taylor, wide side to the right. Frank Bierman, the fullback. Oh, and they run into each other, but the handoff is there, and Taylor trying to make something out of nothing, gets to the outside and out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, but that definitely some foot issues or footwork issues as the two collided in the backfield.
Yeah, just some type of miscommunication about where the mesh point was there, but Darius, again, making something out of nothing on that play. He's still picking up 1 yard.
Yeah, 75 rushing yards on 13 carries now for Taylor, and he's had such a, played in 2 bowls, 208 yards against Bowling Green 2 years ago and 113 yards last year against Virginia Tech. 2nd and 9, 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Handoff Taylor right side, sliver of space, he finds it, turns it up. He's across the 25 and out to about the 27, a gain of 6. It'll be a 3rd and 3 here and a key 3rd down for the Golden Gophers.
I like it, and you did talk about Darius being winded. I noticed, Mike, with some of the defenders when they came out, that they've sat on the bench, that they're taking their helmets off and they look a little bit more withered than normal, but these dome games can take it out of you a little bit.
And now the New Mexico crowd getting into it. They're dressed in red to our left, down the left field line as we look at it. Figure about 10,000 or so Lobo fans made the 6.5-hour drive from their area. University Stadium, their home field, to this 6 hours, 28 minutes, according to Google Maps, on a drive. 3 to snap, Lindsey to throw on 3rd and 3. Over the middle, caught by Bierman, and he's got the first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Frank Bierman's 4th catch of the season. The Tipton, Iowa native gives Minnesota a key first down here in the 3rd.
Nice job, and nice job of Drake going to his 2nd or 3rd option on that play, but to find Bierman does a nice job on that little sit route, sitting down in the zone, turning to pick up that first down, move the sticks, and run the clock.
Tavian Combs was the man on the stop for the Lobos. Gophers willing to run some clock here. First down, 3:18 to go, 3rd quarter. They lead by 1. Would love to keep this drive going. This will be the 4th play of the drive. Under center is Lindsey with an I formation. And it's a handoff again to Taylor, trying the left side. Skirts out of 1 tackle, waiting, trying to be patient. And he's got a gain of about 4. Out across the 35 to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. The tackle made by the middle linebacker, Mercury Swaim, out of Bedford, Pennsylvania.
Nice job. And you got the linebackers pursuit on the inside out. That gives you a little bit of advantage. And that was Swain, one of the leading tacklers for this Lobos team, comes into this game with 46 tackles.
4-yard gain now for Taylor. Brings up a 2nd and 6 from their own 37. Fast-moving third quarter, 2:35 to play. Minnesota leading by 1. Taylor now at 85 rushing yards. Lindsey with 7 to snap. Taylor to his left in a pistol set. Lindsey wants to throw over the middle. This one's bobbled and caught. A flag flies. It's going to be a first down if the play stands. The catch
flag
made by Julian Johnson, tight end out of Illinois. And Dylan Ray kind of having a couple of words with the umpire there, so I have a feeling this may be
personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 9. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That's Gabe Lopez, 6th-year player out of Las Vegas. Maybe that's what Dylan Ray was mad about. No, that was Greg Johnson who was on the receiving end of it, and it was pretty clear on the replay. So you tack on the 5 yards plus the 15. It's a 20-yard net, DT.
Yeah, that's a great, nice break for our offense.
Puts it into New Mexico territory at the 43. Here's Lindsey, a swing pass to Parrish. He's turning and running. He's to the 40 and hit hard out of bounds. Not a late hit, and it's a gain of about 7 inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. 3 Lobos there, including Caleb Coleman and Jamar Torres.
Well, nice run there by Corey Parrish on that play, but it's also nice. You think about Lemecki not playing this game. You get a little extra splash out of Coy coming over and being able to play some offense, and he's done a good job so far today.
Friendly spot there, makes it 2nd and 1, a 9-yard gain.
Very friendly.
And the Gophers with the wide side to the left. Parrish staying in the game at a slot that side. Jalen Smith wide to the right. The running back is Taylor. Parrish again comes in motion on a 2nd and 1. Straight handoff. Big hole. This is Taylor. Works his way into the secondary for a first down. Dropped at about the 24-yard line and a gain of 10. And moved the sticks with 1:20 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I got to give Greg Harbaugh his flowers. We talked about the other offensive coordinator, but there the motion of Coy Parrish gets that shift a little bit. And Darius right there opens up a gaping hole, and he's off to the races.
First down, Minnesota. Let's go to JG. A minute to go. We'll go to JG after the play. First down here for the Gophers. We're in the third. Minnesota by 1. Trying to punch it in. This will be the 8th play of the drive. Taylor lined up left of Lindsey. 2 receivers left. Parrish comes in motion again. Lindsey wants to throw, dumps it off to Parrish again, skipping forward, and one leg tackle there as he gets a gain of about 7, maybe 8 inside the 20. They're in the red zone.
A lot of trust that we have with Drake Lindsey going with the quick game right here. It's when you have a quarterback throwing these 2 or 3 yard passes, you're really trusting that he's going to be accurate and responsible with the ball, and Drake's doing a very nice job of that here. 2nd down and 2. About the 8-yard line. 4
catches now for Parrish, 28 yards. He came in with 3 catches all season. So with a couple of guys, Brockington included, and a couple of transfer players out, Parrish has got the workload. And now it's a Wildcat set with Davis and Taylor. Lindsey lined up at receiver to the right. He'll be a non-factor. And it is a keeper by Taylor, and he lowers his shoulder and has a first down on a 2nd and 2. He gained about 4 to the 12. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. We will have fourth quarter football when we come back. It was a scoreless third, but the Gophers knocking on the door. They'll have a 1st and goal when we come back, leading by 1. And, of course, they're going 120 yards the other way. We will not see a touchdown for the Gophers in this end zone. We'll take a break. It's Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
A DWI will cost you about $10,000 and possibly so much more. That's a sobering reality. Drive sober. Drive smart.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Save money with Unleaded 88. Also known as E15, Unleaded 88 costs on average 10 to 20 cents less than regular gas at the pump. In fact, in 2024, Minnesotans saved over $24 million at the pump with Unleaded 88. So find one of over 500 Minnesota stations offering Unleaded 88 at mnfuels.com or download the Minnesota Biofuels Locator app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and begin saving with Unleaded 88. Minnesota Biofuels Association. Minnesota-grown energy for today and tomorrow.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
The Golden Gophers, the Lobos, live from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Minnesota Zoo now span 30 years and is highlighted today by the Zoom's STEM Design Challenge. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Justin Gard here for Affinity Plus. As the Gophers analyze game film to improve, take a moment to review your financial game plan with Affinity Plus. Their digital banking tools give you the stats that matter, from spending patterns to savings goals, all at your fingertips. Banking shouldn't be complicated, and with the Affinity Plus app, it's as simple as checking the score. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, insured by NCUA.
It is time for the final quarter of the season. Minnesota leading New Mexico 7-6 as we get set for the fourth, trying to move the Big Ten to 2-0 on the day. Northwestern, a big day against Central Michigan, winning 34-7. A huge day for Griffin Wilde, the game MVP. Had 10 catches and 2 scores, including this one.
On first down and 10, Stone fakes the give, backpedal, Stone looking, throwing, end zone, and a flag is down. It's caught by Griffin Wilde for a touchdown, a tumbling catch in the left side of the end zone.
Holding, defense, that penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Second touchdown today for Griffin Wilde, the third touchdown pass for Preston Stone. It is a Wildcat blowout here in Detroit, 33-0.
A 6th straight bowl win for the Wildcats. They close at 7-6. One update on the World Juniors across the way in St. Paul. Team USA a 3-1 lead over Germany. First period in the books. Back at you guys for the fourth quarter in Arizona.
All right, great job. Thank you, Tanner Hoops. Let's give our affiliates a chance to salute themselves. It's a station identification sponsored by mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gophers Sports Network. Pistol set for the Gophers, first and 10 from the 12, so it's not a first and goal. And the snap goes to Taylor, hands off to Cam Davis, and he got a couple. And Frank Bierman, the lead block all the way into the end zone, but he got to the 10. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 10. They can get a first down at the 2. We want to thank MN Corn. They are proud to create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities and all Minnesotans for sponsoring our affiliate salute. Nitty gritty time here, DT. We're in the fourth. A touchdown here would go a long ways to a 9th straight bowl win for the Golden Gophers.
Sure would, and we tried a little bit of change of pace, handing the ball off to Cam on that play. He's unable to get too far, but able to pick up just a few yards here on first down.
Coy Parrish wide to the left. That's the wide side of the field now. Lindsey back at the quarterback slot out of the pistol. 2 to snap for Minnesota. And the snap there, Lindsey looks left, throws left. It's Parrish caught at the 5, and then he's undercut right there. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 from there. They can get the first at the 2.
Actually, a very, very nice catch by Coy on that play, and Drake put the ball right on his numbers, and Coy's a little bit upset he wasn't able to maintain his balance and put his hand down and stay on his feet, but very nice catch by Coy.
Interesting here too, could it be 4 down territory that far downfield? You need 3 yards here, and if you get 3, then you'd have a fresh set of downs. If you don't get it, they're pinned back. A field goal here. Now PJ sprinting down the sideline, and he takes his 2nd timeout.
Good idea.
And he'll have just 1 for the rest of the game. 7-6. We will keep it here to tell you the Select Heartland Chevy dealers are proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher football. Gear up for the holidays and conquer that to-do list in a new Chevy truck.
Minnesota, their 2nd of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Don't miss red tag savings on the dependable 2026 Silverado. 13:34 to play. Something about that play on 3rd and 3 PJ didn't like, so he sprinted using those wheels that made him one of the great receivers in Northern Illinois to call that timeout. There was about 7 on the play clock, so it wasn't an issue that he was worried about a delay. It had to be he didn't like what was called.
I think there might be some confusion. Also, sometimes you just want to reset. You know, when you look at the time, there's 13 minutes and 34 seconds to go. You still got one more timeout. You haven't been able to, do exactly what you want, but I do think that you want to get the ball. Obviously, you want to get the ball in the end zone, but I'd actually be a fan of here. Hand the ball off to Darius Taylor and see if he can pick it up.
Don't disagree. It's an I formation, and maybe that's what PJ thought. Maybe they had something else called. Now it's an I formation. Frank Bierman is the fullback. Taylor the tailback, and under center is Lindsey. No receivers wide. It's bunched all at the line of scrimmage. Lindsey, and now timeout. New Mexico, they did not have the right personnel. When they saw the tank package for the Gophers, they called timeout as the snap was made. Unfortunately, the Gophers showed their hand a little bit because the snap went off.
Timeout,
and Lindsey was spinning the hand off, it looked like, to Taylor. So now maybe the game of chess switches and you move back to the previous play call if they match personnel there.
Well, you're absolutely right. And you also think about the pass to Javon Tracy on that, or not Javon Tracy, but to Jalen Smith in the back corner too. So there's some options here for them on this play right here. But I'm still kind of a fan. But I like the big boy, the package, and the opportunity for Darius Taylor to pick up this first down and potentially get in the end zone.
In a hurry, don't worry. Cub delivers. Get fresh meat, produce, everyday essentials, and more delivered to your door. Cub, proud to support Gopher Athletics for over 20 years, and they are sponsoring our coverage from here in Phoenix and the Rate Bowl all week long. We appreciate them stepping up. Also stepping up with some NIL money for some guys, which is certainly a great help. So the Gophers stay with that same tight formation. Tight end to the left is an extra lineman. That is Jalen Ball. So he's lined up as an extra lineman with number 85. He's normally a guard. Under center, Lindsey. They go left. It's Taylor trying to get outside. Breaks a tackle, and he's in. Touchdown, Minnesota Golden Gophers. They powered it up, and then he showed power stepping through a tackle at about the 4-yard line, and then scampered into the end zone in Minnesota. 13-6 the advantage.
Well, he showed power. He showed confidence. And he also showed what I talked about earlier, Mike. I know we can't see it very well from this angle, but I saw it on the replay. The ability to make the first person miss. He didn't allow that tackler that got in the backfield to bring him down in the backfield. He gets the end zone, giving us a little bit of a buffer here at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
How about that formation? Jalen Ball, a backup guard, becoming the 6th offensive lineman to the left. Here's the extra point kick by Denneberg, and it is up and good, and Minnesota has an 8-point lead. Still a one-possession game, but they've stretched it out now to the maximum at one possession of 8. It was a 12-play, 80-yard drive. It took 6:37 and a 5-yard touchdown run by Taylor. And Taylor now over 100 yards, 3 bowl games, 3 100-yard rushing games. He's got 103 on the ground and a touchdown. The drive summary sponsored by Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Anything you could ever think of, some food, snacks, and holiday drinks. Happy, 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 happy Christmas. Happy, 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 happy Christmas.
This season, don't just shop. Shop Cub and shop happy. Holidays.
Shop smartly, shop not to leave. Shop literally, shop cubberly, shop happy.
It's the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage, and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
Attention ranch dip lovers, your source for flavor has now arrived with Prairie Farms' new classic ranch dip. It starts with our award-winning sour cream blended with garlic, onion, parsley, and buttermilk to make a superior ranch dip that your taste buds will savor. Look for them at your favorite grocery stores and then visit prairiefarms.com for delicious recipes, coupons, and enter for your chance to win a dairy prize package. Support local dairy farmers with the delicious taste of Prairie Farms' classic ranch dip.
Gophers with a big touchdown, 14-6. Darius Taylor's fourth score of the year, his third 100-yard rushing game in bowl games, and his 13th career 100-yard rushing games, tied for 7th most in Gopher history. Also now in bowl games only, becomes the all-time Gopher record holder in all-purpose yards, passing Muhammad Ibrahim. Here's the kick by Denneberg, end over end, and from 1 yard deep, this is going to be returned, and the return man is Branson, and Bankston, and he's got room down the sideline. Uh-oh, watch out. He's to the 40, to the 30, the 20, 10, touchdown. They didn't kick it deep, and they got burned. 100 yards.
That is surprising, but not surprising. He's an explosive young man, kick returner, and that puts them right back in the ball game. I imagine they might go for 2 here.
They will go for 2. It's hard to imagine that there's no win. So Denneberg coming in, 55 kicks, 45 touchbacks. He clearly has the ability to boot it out of the end zone as he did the first couple of times. So either was a miss hit and it dropped at the goal line, or it was on purpose. They wanted to pin him deep, and it turned out to be a mistake.
Yeah, I got to believe that it was a miss-hit. I would imagine that we usually err on the side of being conservative, so I would imagine that was a miss-hit.
And the crowd electrified, and now late subs. Gophers were not aware it was a 2-point conversion. I think they've got 12 on the field. Here's a drop-back pass, throw in the end zone, and wide open, Keegan Johnson. Nothing to it, 2-point conversion.
Well, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors on that play. The fake handoff, then the flea flicker, and then Keegan Johnson kind of right down the middle, just got lost in the traffic, and probably even with the transition of people coming in and out of the game, not knowing they're going to go for 2 on that play. And then when you finally get out there, it's a lot of responsibility, a lot of people moving, and Keegan Johnson, the Iowa transfer, able to get a touchdown against the Gophers, get them right back in this game, tied up 14-14.
Yeah. Terrible, untouched on the kick return, and then untouched, nobody guarding Johnson in the middle of the end zone. So back-to-back trouble plays. You felt great, and now all of a sudden it's a tie game here, 13-18 to play in the football game. With all of that, JG has a sideline report.
Yeah, really dated now. Really dated now. It was about those times DJ was taking and just getting himself into that second huddle. I think he recognized how big that last stretch was, that they needed to find a way to get it in the end zone. They've had trouble getting it down zone inside the 10-yard line all day. So he usually doesn't insert himself in timeouts like that, and it's not about X's and O's at all. It's more about mentality. So I think his timeout, and then judged by his actions during the second timeout, he knew how important it was to get that 8-point lead, and unfortunately 9 seconds later we're tied.
Yeah, tough play there. And now New Mexico, they're going to onside pooch kick it, and it's Pierce Walsh scooping it up at the 40, and he breaks a tackle. He gets to midfield, and Minnesota's going to have some excellent field position. I wouldn't say it was an all-out attempt at a pooch kick, but there was a little trickery. Just the ball never got over, maybe 12 feet off the ground, a little end-over-end kind of
I just say
tap
that
of the ball.
this New Mexico Lobos team, they're a team that wants to keep you on your feet, on your toes. You've got to be paying. They're not doing anything traditional, from that 2-point attempt play to the way they run their offense. They do a lot of unique things, and that right there, they shift everybody over to the right. And they have a little pooch kick over on the left, hoping that there's going to be some type of bobble or some type of miscommunication. They might be able to get it, but still, they did give up some very, very nice field position.
Last kickoff return allowed for a touchdown also came in a bowl game. Remember down in Tampa when Auburn return to kick early for a touchdown. Here's a handoff to Taylor right side. Stutter stepping, now finds a spot, and a gain of about 5 as he nestles his way to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5, 2 minutes into this fourth quarter, and the Gophers with a short field here. They're in New Mexico range, or in field position.
Exactly, and a very nice run there by Darius, and if you can pick up that 5 or 6 yards, run the clock. And there on that play, looks like he picked up 6 yards. Nice first down play.
Parrish back into the game. He has been good on offense, 4 catches. Here's a spin. Taylor again left side, hit right at the point of attack and swarmed over. May have lost a half yard. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Some late pushing and shoving, but no flags. Been a much cleaner second half. Lots of flags in the first half.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen, you know, Mike, rusty, in a bowl game. Yeah, a little bit rusty, uncomfortable with everything from the snap count to listen to the coaches. It's a little bit, it is hotter in here. There's no question that the heat is having a little bit of an impact on the players. So sometimes it takes a little while to kind of get settled down.
3rd and about 5 here for Minnesota. They had 2 conversions on 3rd and 5 on their last scoring drive. Lindsey with Taylor to his left, 2 receivers left, including Danielle Hayes. Logan Loya as well. Empty backfield now to throw. Lindsey fires, and it is incomplete. A flag flies in the backfield, however, and the pass had no chance to be caught. Bibber, the intended target, but it was way short and to the right.
That looks like a holding call from the position where that flag is. It's like there's 2 flags, though, right?
I see just one.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're asking New Mexico, do they want to push it back or do they want to make it 4th and 5?
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense, number 73, 15-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So that's Dylan Ray, the right tackle, and so a little gamble here. Yeah, he was getting beat by Keyshawn James Newby, and if not an illegal hands to the face, it was a face mask altogether. So either way, it's a 15-yard penalty. And now it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 19. Would have been 4th and 5 had they declined the penalty. And they push him back. So they, in one sense, give the Gophers a little life if they can convert or make it short. Let's see. 4 receivers set in motion. Pierce Walsh. Lindsey wants to throw. Flag flies, and I think there's motion. They blow the play dead. And I think I jinxed it. I said pretty penalty-free second half, and the Gophers now back-to-back penalties as soon as I said it.
False start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So that was Nathan Roy, the left tackle, redshirt freshman. He was he jumped a little early, but that's one of those plays you see in the NFL a lot more often where they're allowed that little shuffle step at the count. You get kind of a half step to start, and that was that play, which is taught a lot, and the Big 12 crew said can't do it.
Yeah, it's just tough. 3rd down and 24. There are not a lot of plays in your playbook for that allows the Lobos to drop back and really protect and allow them to pin their ears back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the crowd's loud too. That might have had an effect. And on 3rd and 24, they're going to hand it off to Taylor, and he is hit and dropped for a loss. 4th and 25 for the Gophers, and they've got to get off the field. And that's too bad. They had it at midfield. In fact, they had it at the 45 of New Mexico on a 3rd and 5. And now it's 4th and 25 back at their own 35, and they got to punt it away in a tie game. Boy, that kick return changed the momentum.
Yeah, it certainly did change the momentum, and also feel like we're just not moving with that same sense of purpose and aggressiveness up front.
Yeah, 8 penalties, and a lot of them have been on the offensive line. Here's the kick by Weston, wobbling, hanging kick, taken by McKinney backpedaling, steps out of 1 tackle, and then is dropped at about the 18-yard line. 46-yard punt for Weston, who's done well. And they will get the ball at the 20. When we come back, we're tied 14-14, 11:06 to play. Cubs sponsors our broadcast, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit. 15 over. 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Minnesota's family corn farmers are committed to doing right by their land, families, and communities. Each year, corn farmers invest in research and technologies that increase on-farm productivity and efficiency. They develop markets and biopolymers to reduce emissions and boost rural economies. And they support scholarships and educational opportunities for the next generation of farmers. Minnesota corn farmers, creating opportunities for the future of agriculture. Learn more at mncorn.org.
This is Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers. As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
The game against Rutgers on September 27th recognized the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Pork Board, and the University of Minnesota's College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences for their continued support.
Golden Gopher men's hockey is back at 3M Arena at Mariucci for the 2025-26 season, and single game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Get your tickets at gophersports.com.
Welcome back to the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics.
Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio Channel 84 and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Welcome back. We're in Phoenix. We're tied in the fourth quarter. 11:06 to go. It's 14-14. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks home radio booth behind home plate. Walt Ellis is our on-site engineer. JG on the Gophers sideline. Tanner Hoops back home in Scoreboard Central, and we want to thank Dave Jordan as well, our Gopher Sports Network producer. So the Gopher defense now being asked after the offense couldn't cash in on great field position. A couple of penalties on the offensive line pushed them back, and they had to punt.
Yep, asking the defense to step up here and make a play with the game tied 14-14, 11 minutes, 6 seconds to go. It's time for the defense to step up and make a play. Hopefully, we see one more interception, Mike.
Yeah, Gophers have an interception. They have 4 sacks. They've allowed only 154 yards. It's a tie game. Gopher offense 220. They also have a turnover. But the kick return is that hidden yardage of 100 that makes a difference. Lane now is going to shift out of the spot. It's a straight little reverse as they snap it to the running back, who hands to the quarterback, and then he hands on an end around. And with the football, that's Damon Bankston. And he's got a nice gain. Bankston out to about the 32-yard line, a gain of 12.
It's a very Dallas Cowboy-esque type of shift before that play, kind of with the little fancy footwork, how they used to stand up, sit down, but they shift, they hand the ball off, then they flip it back to the back, who's had a phenomenal afternoon. Bankston with, not that phenomenal, but a very good running day.
56 on the ground. And now it's the backup quarterback in, James Lobstein out of Bethany, Connecticut. He's 1 for 3 passing. He's going to just keep it, trying the right side, probes his way for maybe 2 or 3 out to the 35. Carter Mentz and Maverick Baranowski combine on the stop. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
In this situation right here, New Mexico will be very happy probably just go down and kick a field goal. We need to have some penetration in the backfield. We need to kind of break the rhythm. We have not broken the rhythm of this New Mexico Lobo offense very much today.
They've got a very good field goal kicker. Under 10 minutes to play. Lobstein stays in the game. Lobstein has been good on the ground with 20 yards. Waits for the snap, going to just straight run it to the right side again, gets a block, and down the sidelines, close to first down yardage. And it is a first down. Gain of 8. And now the Gophers got some guys, and the coaching staff in New Mexico is trying to break up Devin Williams and the tight end, Dorian Thomas. No flags fly, but they were helmet to helmet, jawing back and forth.
sometimes out of bounds, especially you get on the other sideline. Extra people can get involved that normally get that much of an opportunity, and looks like it was right there, but the officials did a good job of separating the people, getting them back on the field.
They're out to the 42-yard line, 9:15 to play in the game, and a tie game, 14-all. Here's Lobstein again, gets a block, turns it up, but a good closing job by Baranowski as he tackles him after a gain of about 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
And again, Coy Parrish forced that ball back outside, and Baranowski with probably his, I didn't look recently,
15th.
but I think, yeah, 15th
career high
tackle.
Yeah, career high tackles for Baranowski. Gophers need to shut the faucet off here from the 45, the Lobos, in a tie game at 14. Back in is Lane at quarterback. Thomas in motion. It's going to be a throwing down. Lane lost one up for the near sideline and incomplete. John Nestor and Coy Parrish both in excellent coverage, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7, and that is a Securian great coverage moment, sponsored by Securian Financial, insurance and retirement coverage on a confident financial future.
Chances the two former Hawkeyes matched up over there on the perimeter, and good for Nestor to win that one.
So a key 3rd down here, as New Mexico in the first half was really good on 3rd down. They're 8 of 14 for the game. 3rd and 7 from their own 45. Carmo is in the game, lined up at a linebacker, but almost as a defensive lineman. Here is Lane to throw. Pressure comes. No, they couldn't land the sack. Now he has to tuck and run. Takes a hit by Carmo, who doesn't wrap. And make that Williams, and he's tackled at the 50. It'll be a 4th down, a gain of only about 3, and it'll be 4th and 2 at midfield, and the punt unit comes on for New Mexico, but the Gophers probably should stay in base defense here, I would think.
I would absolutely stay in base defense right here. This is a team that has got all kinds of ideas, all kinds of tricks up their sleeves, so I would certainly stay in base defense here.
They've pooched an onside punt. They've had a flea flicker or
unique,
2. Yeah, they were even in a weird formation there coming out of the huddle. Hughes, and it is a fake, and it's a reverse, and Anthony Smith is there and dropped him all the way back at the 38. The Gophers sniffed it out. Big time, Anthony Smith.
If you're the defensive end, Mike, your job is to not allow them to get outside you. Defensive end there. Anthony Smith does an outstanding job, because he's quick, he's fleet of foot, and he has gotten to the edge today. But Anthony there making a huge play, not allowing them to pick up the 1st down.
Almost, yeah, they're at the 40. That was a loss of 10, as it was a snap to the up back. He went left, handed to Johnson coming back, and Anthony Smith waiting, bear hugged him and threw him down. So a great job by the Golden Gopher defense. Actually, that wasn't Johnson on the carry. That was Deshaun Buchanan, a running back. We have to take a break. Gophers in outstanding field position in the tie game. Stay with us. It's Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
For coverage that plays smart and care that goes the distance, you can count on the latest offerings from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. It's a simplified health plan designed by Coop Health, proud sponsor of Gopher football. See what you'll pay before you even schedule a medical appointment, so you can confidently tackle healthcare costs. Plus, you'll have access to the trusted Blue Cross network, so you have a choice when it comes to your care team. Learn more at bluecrossmn.com/COUPE.
Kohl's clearance deals are so good, you might want to brace yourself before you shop, because up to 70% off can do things to you. Sudden goosebumps, racing pulse, involuntary gasping at prices. You may even feel the uncontrollable urge to brag to someone, anyone, even Deb, the checkout lady who's seen it all day. Don't worry, that's just the thrill of Kohl's clearance. Shop it now in-store and online. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
The pride of Minnesota. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Minnesota Gopher Premium Suites are your ticket to unforgettable game days.
Steps into the circle, he scores!
Enjoy exclusive amenities, prime views, and a private space to cheer on the maroon and gold with friends, family, or clients. Whether you're closing deals or making memories, a premium suite takes your Gopher game day experience to the next level. Elevates for a 3. Got it! Don't miss out. Suites are limited. Visit gophersports.com/premium. Elevate your game day experience.
With corn rootworm costing farmers up to $1 billion a year, you need the right strategy. Introducing Durastack trait technology, featuring 3 powerful modes of action to strike corn rootworm at full force, outsmart, outmaneuver, and outmatch their every move with the industry's first triple BT protein stack built for corn rootworm control. Take back your yield potential. Make your move at Durastack.com. Available for the 2027 season.
Gophers are 13-12 all-time in bowl games. This is their 26th bowl, trying to make it 14-12. Would be a 9th straight win and a 7th straight for P.J. Fleck. We're tied at 14. And how about Anthony Smith on the fake punt staying home, DT?
Outstanding job of maintaining leverage, because that's a quick young man that was coming to get around. There was a running back, and he was at full speed. He maintained leverage, wrapped him up, and brought him down.
Lindsey wants to go home run ball for Smith. He's out near the goal line, and it's broken up in the end zone. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 40. They went home run ball coming out of the forced over on downs, and it was for naught. But I like the attempt.
Absolutely. Don't try to take the cap off that defense, put a little pressure on that secondary and throw it up, and allow your playmakers to make plays. And that's something that Jalen has done pretty much all year. He has made plays.
5 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown, including that spectacular touchdown on that end zone earlier. Under center now on 2nd and 10. Straight handoff to Taylor. A little bit of a sliver, sideways through it. And he gets to about the 36-yard line, a pickup of 4. And it'll be, well, in fact, they're going to spot him at the 37, so just a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. And with this great field position, you sure don't want to have to punt from here. And let's see what the strategy is here on 3rd and 7 from the 37. They're not quite in field goal range, I don't think. It'd be 53-yarder from here. Lindsey with an empty backfield. Now Cam Davis comes and lines up next to him. Lindsey points something out in the secondary, sends Taylor off in motion. Back to throw is Lindsey. Plenty of time over the middle for Bibber, who's open, but he overshot him near the goal line. Oh, if the throw is on target, that's 6. There's an injured Lobo, but now Minnesota with a decision to make from the 37 on 4th and 7. Just a seam route, DT, and he had his man beat, but Drake threw it about 6 yards too deep.
Yeah, it looked like he was thrown to the post and should have been throwing that ball
Officials
to the corner and given an opportunity, but he missed him. There, he's going to, well, we all want that back. He wants that back right now. He doesn't even need to wait till the film room.
Which school will win the Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic program for the upcoming and continuing year? We'll check out how your favorite school is doing at L Directors Cup on the X platform, or go online at directorscup.com. Winners announced in June. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACTA, the crowning achievement in college athletics. So there is an injured New Mexico player. They're continuing to attend to him. It looks like Denneberg is at least on the sideline getting a few practice swings in. The Alan Sukup and the holder Tom Weston practicing snaps as well. This would be like a 53-yard attempt. He has never made in his career a kick over 50. In fact, he's missed 3 of his last 4 kicks on the season, 14 of 21 with a long of 46.
Yeah, this would be a long field goal, I would imagine.
You try to pooch it down there?
I think you'd probably try to pooch it and let your defense try to win the game for you, at least hold them.
Get the ball back. Well,
and it does feel like they could. The defense has been playing much better here in the second half.
Interesting, too, with the we talk about opening the game up, throwing it downfield. There have been a lot of short passing on that possession. 2 long passes. One was well covered, one not as well covered. And the first throw into coverage was a pretty good throw, just it was broken up. The second throw not as on target, even though the guy was open. So you win some, you lose some on those type of plays.
You do, but you're still glad that they took that shot.
Agreed.
There. Yeah, both shots, actually.
So 4th and 7 here, 6:53 to go. We're keeping an eye on the sideline to see if Minnesota is going to send the field goal unit out, leave the offense on, or the punt team. And it looks like the punt team will come on. Denneberg stays on the sideline, and Tom Weston will try to pin him deep. Brawley is the return man, and he will stand back at his own 10-yard line. Tom Weston, honorable mention All Big Ten, had a nice season. Pinned 20 punts of his 59 in the regular season inside the 20. Would love to do inside the 10 here. Gophers and Lobos tied at 14. Snap is helmet high, and the kick is away, and he angles it to the left, end over end. Tracy's out there and catches at the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. Good job. Punt and catch. Javon Tracy, I don't know if he's done that much this year, but when the depth is what it is, they send him out. He runs down, turns, and catches the punt at the 4-yard line, and mission accomplished in the short term.
Absolutely. Mission accomplished field position-wise. Now we just need the defense to step up and make some plays and give us an opportunity for the offense to get back out there and put some points on the board.
Remember last time we were here, Boye Mafe and company had a big sack on that end. I'm trying to remember, I think that might have gone for a safety back then. A safety here would be just fine with us.
Take a safety, absolutely.
14 apiece, 6:47 to play in the football game. All the way to the other end, the quarterback is Lobstein. He's the running quarterback, stands all alone in the end zone in an empty backfield, sends a receiver in motion, and Lobstein's going to just keep it and run, and he got out to about the 6, a gain of a couple. Gophers trying to rip the ball out of there, and now some pushing and shoving afterwards, and Lobstein kind of flopped after the play. The crowd got into it a little bit.
It's also a couple. It's a good point. It's also where you got to kind of maintain and keep your head. The extracurricular after the kind of extra little pushing and shoving, things like that, and someone gives that little extra shove and the flag goes up in there, and then you're out of jail. You can't allow that to happen. You got to maintain your head and just focus. Carry that into the next play.
Yeah, Gophers already with an uncharacteristic 8 penalties today. I didn't think there was anything really wrong with that. They're trying to rip the ball out of the guy's hand to force a turnover as they were holding him up. 5 to snap here for New Mexico. The quarterback now is Lane, and he gets the snap with 2. Back in his own end zone, wants to throw. Pressure comes, hit as he throws. The ball goes out the back of the end zone, and was it batted away? It must have been. They were too far to really know for sure. It must have been batted by Smith, maybe, out the back of the end zone, or was it Menz? No, he just threw it into the lineman, and it bounced. I mean, that's got to be close to grounding in the end zone. Who was the closest man there? He just rifled it into the back of an offensive or defensive lineman, and it caromed from about the 2-yard line in the back of the end zone. Who's the receiver here?
I don't think that anyone's contesting it. I don't think that the coach has got a good look at it.
It hit off the helmet. I think he was throwing to the receiver out to the right. It hit off the helmet of the right tackle. 3rd down from his own end zone. Lane wants to go deep. He's got Johnson, but he airmailed it. Receiver was open, but he threw it too high and too far, and it lands on the Gophers sidelines near the bench, and it's 4th down from the 6. Clock stopped with 5:53, and they'll be punting out of their own end zone. Boy, Johnson was open. He was between the safety and the cornerback, but the throw was well airmailed.
Well, sometimes you can get in your own head, and I think that was one time where the quarterback there, Lane, got in his own head, making sure he threw that ball over the underneath coverage. Overthrew that ball all the way into the end, or all the way over to Coach Fleck.
4th and 8. Hughes from near his end zone back line waits for the snap. Parrish stands at midfield. And the Australian punter rolling right, end over end kick. Parrish waits, calls for a fair catch right at midfield, and that's where Minnesota will have it with 5. Well, no time ran off the clock there. 5:45 on the clock. Or was it? Maybe some time did run off the clock. So Minnesota 1st and 10 from midfield. They've started at midfield at the 40, and now midfield again. They need some points out of one of these, and this would be preferable.
But yeah, we definitely need some points out of it, yeah.
Let's go to Justin.
Just laughing here because Anthony Smith got what I call the George Karlaftis treatment there on that last 3rd down. You remember the Purdue all-everything player that a few years ago the Gophers, I swear, put 3 or 4 different offensive players on him to make sure he wasn't going to wreck the game. Anthony Smith just got that exact same treatment on that 3rd down play. Almost got home on the 2nd down play, too.
So it's 1st down Minnesota. Hand off to Taylor, trying to squirt outside right, lowers his shoulder, gets into New Mexico territory, a gain of about 3 to the 47. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Clock winding. Minnesota certainly in no hurry here. You want to take some time. 1, if you score, you leave no time. 2, if you don't score, you leave no time.
Yeah, 2 things right there. And I also believe that that was a good thing to hand the ball off to Darius. He's having a very, very good afternoon. And I feel like he's still got one more big run in him this afternoon.
116 on the ground. Minnesota with 1 timeout, New Mexico with 2. Bibber goes in motion under center. Quick toss right to Taylor, trying to get outside, and he's chopped down after a gain of maybe 1 to the 46. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. That was, I think, the same play they scored the touchdown at Wrigley Field on the 4th and short, where everything was going left and they pitched back to the right. New Mexico handled it pretty well.
Handled really well with a nice pursuit inside out, then taking a nice low shot at Darius here, and he does a good job just protecting himself and picking up the little bit he does on that play.
Well, the Gophers on 3rd down are 6 of 13. Depending on what they pick up here, it could be 4-down territory. 2 receivers, now 1 to the right. Taylor comes in motion and lines up in the backfield next to Lindsey. Now the tight end Johnson goes in motion. Lindsey to throw, feels the pressure, lobs it up, and Taylor had to go up high to catch it, but he lost a yard, and it's 4th down. Not sure what that play was designed to do, but whatever it was, it had, thank God it wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, it was close to being intercepted on that play. I think he was obviously trying to get the ball to Darius Taylor. He does a great job of going up and getting it. And so we went to our most explosive offensive player 3 times in a row in that series, and the Lobos felt it as well.
Yeah, the Gopher offensive line just flat out whiffed on the block on the screen. That's why it blew up so bad.
Well, there you whiff on screens when there's no illusion that the ball's going to go anywhere else. At least the illusion is going to go somewhere else for the screen to work.
So now they got a punt again with 3:45. Weston kicks it to the right side. This one angling to the sideline, and it bounces at about the 16, 17-yard line. Not as effective as before, and much better field position. Without that end zone looming right behind you, the offense is a little bit more free to do what they want. So that's a dangerous spot on the field just from that standpoint. Certainly better than where New Mexico allowed the Gophers for 3 straight possessions, the 50, the 40, the 50, and the Gophers with no points. In fact, I'm not sure they got a 1st down on any of them.
No, we didn't get much going there. We had things going there for a little while, but none able to get anything going in these last couple of drives. He just probably a little bit more variety. I'm all for going to Darius. I think we're seeing a little more illusion that we're going to go somewhere else, or take that fake it to Darius and try to get the ball to someone else.
Gophers 112 yards in the first half and 114 yards in the second half, 226. New Mexico just with 176. Now it's a Wildcat look with the running back now to the left, and it is the backup quarterback Lobstein, and he wants to run left, and he finds some zone blocking, and he's got a gain of almost 10 out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1.
Well, there's a benefit to playing these multiple quarterbacks and multiple backs. They're a little bit fresher, and I see our defense might be getting a little bit winded here at the end of the game here with this kind of the stuffiness of this indoor arena.
Gophers played in the Insight Bowl here at Sun Devil Stadium back in 2006. That game went to overtime. It's tied 14-14 here. And it's again the quarterback on the keeper. Lobstein takes a hard hit from Taylor, but he's got the first out to about the 28-yard line. 1st down, clock winds, 2:45 and counting. New Mexico 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Gophers with 1 timeout. They do have to snap before the 2-minute warning, but they're willing to run the clock down as they're huddled up right now, because if they don't make it, and now some late subs coming in, and the Gophers would have a chance to counter, and they will send Carter Menz in as Lane comes back in at quarterback. Lobstein comes out. Jackson Howard comes out. 7 to snap now for New Mexico. The running back is Bankston. He's behind in a true pistol set. 1 to snap, and they just do get it snapped. No, they take a timeout. They just didn't get the playoff in time, and the timeout from the head coach, Jason Eck.
Prior to the snap, timeout, New Mexico. It will be 30 seconds.
So that'll be a 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to give you our events calendar, brought to you by M Health Fairview, home to the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities and 2 others in the top 10, according to U.S. News and World Report. For top-tier care, visit mhealthfairview.org. Gopher men's basketball hosts the final game of the calendar year on Monday. Fairleigh Dickinson comes to town, Williams Arena, 8 o'clock. Women's basketball ends the calendar year at Indiana Monday night. Justin and Lynette will have that call. And Gopher women's gymnastics hitting the road for the first time this season. They meet #4 Utah on January 2nd. That is amongst the event calendar updates here. 2:10 to play in the football game, at least in regulation. We're tied at 14. Gophers scored a touchdown to go up 14-6, and on the ensuing kickoff, it was returned for a touchdown by Bankston, his second 100-yard kick return this season. Untouched. 2-point conversion after confusion by the Gopher defense was good, and we've been deadlocked ever since. Gophers have had outstanding field position, have not been able to take advantage of it. And now with 2:10, it's a 1st and 10 for New Mexico from their own 29-yard line. The quarterback is Lane, and he wants to throw. Looking left, throws deep left, spinning, and the closest man there is Nestor. Oh, and they throw a marker on Minnesota. The side judge, that couldn't have been played any better.
Too bad. Yeah, John Nestor did really nice coverage, and he was on top of him. They tried to hitch and go, and he just kind of ran in the back of him. So we'll see if they pick this flag up. But it looks like they're going to award the pass interference.
Pass interference.
Wow.
Defense, number 17. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Watch the replay here. Nestor was inside position. Kind of chucked him a little, but spun. And the two former Hawkeyes and P.J. Fleck wanted the play to be uncatchable as he saw the replay. But the side judge throws the flag. Gophers now with 9 penalties for 90 yards.
The spot of the foul was at the 41-yard line. The ball would be placed at the 41. 1st down.
So they move it back 3 yards. It won't be the full 15-yard penalty because it was short of 15. So it's a 12-yard pickup. PJ still talking to the side judge over there. And one more play likely before the 2-minute warning. So the Gopher penalty situation has not been good. 9. We watched the replay. The side judge said to PJ, you can't do that, talking about Nestor. Here's a quarterback pressure, and he escapes everybody. How's that possible? Lobstein was going to throw it, was going to be sacked, and ends up with a gain to midfield, a 9-yard pickup. Wow, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning, and that brings us to the break, and they're now only about 12 to 18 yards away from field goal range.
Like we had
many. The play is the 1st down. New Mexico, 2-minute timeout.
We'll take the break. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
A DWI will cost you about $10,000 and possibly so much more. That's a sobering reality. Drive sober. Drive smart.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
The game against Rutgers on September 27th recognized the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Pork Board, and the University of Minnesota's College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences for their continued support.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
This is the Rate Bowl, presented by Cub. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Hey, I'm Coy Parrish, Gopher athlete and proud to call Minnesota home. You can feel it when a community comes together. It's a game changer. When neighbors show up, businesses grow, and families thrive. Everybody wins. At Truestone Financial Credit Union, banking is more than just a place to manage your money. It's about making a difference, both on and off the field. Because when our community is strong, we all play better. It's true. Let's go. Stop by your neighborhood location or visit truestone.org. Proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, proudly serving the community for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn-McCreevy is proud to support head coach P.J. Fleck and the Golden Gophers this football season. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy has put a focus on life. Let them help you design your healing experience. Gather, remember, and rejoice. Visit washburnmccreevy.com.
Well, we are tied 14-14, 1:55 to play in the football game. New Mexico with a 1st and 10 just across midfield, officially the Minnesota 49. They're about 15 or so yards from being in makeable field goal range by Luke Drizwicki, who is 17 of 18 on the season, his season-long 46. He's 2 for 2 today. No wind, obviously, playing indoors. So the Gopher defense can't give up much here.
Absolutely cannot give up much. You need to make a play, and when you do get there, you got to make sure you wrap them up and bring them down the backfield. We had their backup, Lewinsky, in the backfield, and we weren't able to bring him down in that last play, and that got him in this position they're in right here.
Lobstein now the leading rusher for them, 57 yards on 13 carries. He was all but sacked 2 plays ago and turned it into an 11-yard gain. He is out of the game now. The starter, Jack Lane, is back in. Receiver Miller goes in motion to the left. Lane wants to throw. Looking left, throws left, puts one up, and it's incomplete. Aiden Gooseby with a Securian coverage great moment. Intended target Johnson.
Nice play, and that was another play where there maybe was a potential for pass interference, but Gooseby doing a nice job being in the right place at the right time. A little bit of a push off there.
Yeah,
within the play by Johnson. But
right.
They don't call that on offense.
No.
That's it was any offensive player ever coach. I say, you know what, push off of your receiver. They are going to call that like 1 out of every 20 times.
Yeah, that was it was a push off, but that's just not going to get called either way. So Lobstein back in now on 2nd and 10. Clock stopped 1:49, 14 all. And now Lobstein on a straight quarterback draw, hit by Devin Eastern, and then Jalen Logan Redding helped out. A gain of 1, and it's a 3rd and 9 with 1:39 to play. And now New Mexico has to decide what it wants to do here. Lobstein stays in. Nope, now he's going to come out, and in comes Jack Lane. He's the throw first guy, but he's been pretty good on the ground as well. Good stop there by Eastern.
I think this is 2-down territory for them, especially if they can get a minimum of 5 yards here on 3rd down. But I think they'll go for it on 4th down.
Buckley wide to the right. Center of the field is where the ball is snapped. 3 receivers left. They look that way. A bubble screen, incomplete. Did Anthony Smith maybe get a hand on it, or did he just go straight to the ground? We're so far away. Either way, it's incomplete, and the punt unit comes on. The Gophers have held. 1:04 to play in regulation. Yeah, Anthony Smith knocked
he batted it down. Yeah,
yep.
Anthony Smith having a whale of a game.
So Hughes is the punter. Last time in this section of the field, remember, it was a fake punt, and the Gophers stopped it. Anthony Smith was Johnny on the spot. Parrish stands at his own 8. Hughes, the 5th oldest player in college football at 27 years old from Australia, waits for the snap. He rolls right a little bit and hits an end-over-end punt. Fair catch called by Parrish at the 15. And with 56 seconds and 1 timeout, what do you want to do here if you're Minnesota in a 14-14 tie?
I think you want to get it to your playmakers, Mike. And to me, the playmakers from us offensively have been Jalen Smith and Javon Tracy. I think we got to give them an opportunity to get the ball. And obviously, Darius Taylor's made plays as well. But Drake Lindsey's, I think the ball has to be in his hands, and he's got to make some good decisions to get the ball down the field. There's enough time.
Minnesota with 1 timeout. New Mexico 1 timeout. Taylor, the running back, under center Lindsey. Bibber, the tight end, left. Loya and Tracy wide to the left. They're right down now in front of us going the opposite way. Wide to the right is Jalen Smith. It is a play action. Lindsey to throw. Has plenty of time. Waits. Fires it off. It's underneath. Caught by Taylor. Turns it up at the 20 and out to the 25. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks. And the Gophers will get lined up with 47 seconds after the first down. Clock now winding. 45 seconds. Lindsey with 40 seconds. Needs the snap, and he does get it. Back to throw, and he is sacked. And boy, I thought the right end, James Newby, was offsides, and P.J. Fleck thought so too.
Yeah, it did look like he was offsides on that play, but
Dylan Ray comes out, and we didn't get a chance
too bad.
to show
We had a
the replay.
receiver wide open on that play. Fortunately, downfield, I think it was Tracy on the post route, but
Yep.
he didn't have the time to.
We're going to go to overtime here, DT. They're letting the clock wind on 2nd and 15 after the sack. And to overtime we go. PJ talking to that side judge. We never did get the replay of James Newby. Dylan Ray was injured on the play. He came off. Marcellus Marshall came in, and James Newby also was injured, and PJ had a parting shot for the side judge
the
there.
End of regulation.
And we will go to overtime here at the Rate Bowl. Your Select Heartland Chevy dealer, proud sponsor of Minnesota football. Gear up for the holidays and conquer that to-do list in a new Chevy truck. Don't miss red tag savings on the dependable 2026 Silverado. All right, so the coin toss, very important. The rules, of course, in overtime in the college game, different than the NFL. Each team will get opportunities. And for the first couple of overtimes, it'll be from the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And after the first overtime, if it's still tied, you still get it to the 25, but then you have to go for 2 if you score a touchdown.
Right.
And then after those 2 overtimes, you just go for 2, and it becomes a hockey shootout at that point.
Yeah.
So we shall see what the future has in store. We also need to keep an eye. Dylan Ray was the guy who was beat Keyshawn James Newby, who we thought may have been offsides. No call, came in and got the sack that in essence ended regulation. Dylan Ray came off injured. Marcellus Marshall came in his place. They didn't run a play, and Marshall is stretching out a little bit, and he may have to start this overtime at right tackle. As we mentioned, it was overtime here back in 2006. That was the game that no one really likes to talk about too much, as the Gophers had that big lead on Texas Tech. That was a disappointing overtime loss. The great late Mike Leach was the coach of that team and rallied to push Texas Tech out front. Gophers, though, since that time haven't lost much.
No.
They are on a 7-game, make it an 8-game bowl winning streak. PJ at Minnesota on a 6-game bowl winning streak. And in order to get the win here, they are going to have to do it in OT. Regulation stats, Minnesota 232 yards, New Mexico 198. So it has not been a perfect display of offense for either team. Darius Taylor 116 rushing yards. Minnesota 16 of 26 passing, 129. New Mexico 14 of 27, just 83 yards. The kick return is really the difference in the game after the Gophers went
really
by 8.
Think about it.
In a regulation set, we have overtime.
Let's do the coin toss.
It will be your option on the coin toss. Whoever wins the coin toss will have the option of offense, defense, or which end of the field. Okay, gentlemen? The first 2 overtimes will start from the 25-yard line. Second overtime, we have to go for 2 points. After the second overtime, it's 2-point conversions from there. What is your call?
Austin
Tails.
Brawley is calling tails.
Tails is your call. It is heads.
We want to play defense.
You want to be on defense first.
Yes, sir.
So Derek LeCaptain, you could hear him say, we want to play defense, and now they want to know which way we're going to go. And he looks to the sidelines, and of course they're going to go to the other end, DT.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So they'll do it down on the other end of this baseball field. That's where most of the action is taking place, 100-plus yards away from us, and hopefully the Golden Gophers can get a win here. So the key here on defense, let's listen, though. New announcement? No. Yeah.
First down, New Mexico.
Okay, so it will be from the 25 on the other end. Gophers hoping to get a stop, a pick, anything, and then a score in the bottom half would put them up. Right now, let's give an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn, proud to create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities and all Minnesotans. You can learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gopher Sports Network. The Rate Bowl broadcast on the Gopher Sports Network, presented by Cub, the official and proud supporter of Gopher Athletics for over 20 years. Shop happy at your local Cub today. Let's go to JG.
The reason they wanted it 100 yards from you, Grimmer, is I'm not being too hyperbolic here, but this end with all the Lobo fans rivals the north end zone at Kinnick Stadium. It has been loud and raucous down on this end all day long.
Yeah, no doubt. They're all wearing red and all on that end. Here is a pass lane back to pass, throws underneath. It's caught by the running back, and then he took a hard shot at the 20. That was John Nestor who put the stick on him. The running back Bankston. A gain of 5, though. 2nd and 5. A good first down pickup for the Lobos.
Yeah, nice job by the Gophers secondary on that play, rallying to get to the ball and bring down Bankston for just a small gain on that play. But every yard counts, especially in overtime when you're already starting at the 25-yard line.
Zael Smith comes in at wide receiver. Tight end to the left is Dorian Thomas. 53 catches, 2nd on the team. Got to keep an eye on him at this point of the field. Lane waits for the snap. Hands it off left side. Bankston turns it up, and he has a gain of maybe a yard to the 24 to bring up a 3rd and 4. Key 3rd down here.
Real key 3rd down here. Wouldn't be surprised to see if their other quarterback comes in.
And he is coming in. Good call, DT. Lobstein, senior, 6'3", 211. He's the leading rusher on the team at 57 yards with all of his quarterback keepers.
Well, there's probably about an 80% chance that he's going to keep the ball here.
He's on the field with Buchanan next to him. Waits for the snap. Let's see if they key on the quarterback here. Snap to Lobstein. He's just going to take off and run left. The play strung out. Breaks 1 tackle and then is hit. And they blow the whistle before he ever goes down. It's a gain. No gain, in fact. And it's 4th and 4. And Coy Parrish is slow to get up as he is limping back to the defensive backfield, but he's fine. And it's 4th down, and the field goal team is coming on. The kicker, 2 for 2 today, Luke Drizwicki. And on the season, 17 of 18. This will be a 37-yard attempt to give New Mexico the lead, but leave the door open for the Gophers to win it with a touchdown from 36.5. Snap back, spot down, the kick is up, and it is just inside that right upright, and New Mexico is on the board. But quite frankly, the Gophers do their job, DT. They don't allow a touchdown, and now, as it has been much of the 4th quarter, it's entirely up to this Minnesota offense to get the job done and slam the door shut.
Well, I think we can get it done, Mike. I mean, obviously we can get it done, but I think it's just going to take some execution, a little bit of some positive energy and a break offensively. We can do it.
And as Guardsy mentioned, they're headed toward that end zone with all the Lobo fans, so the offensive line's going to have to be disciplined. And Marcellus Marshall is indeed in the game. Let's see how they shift up the line. He is in at right tackle. Tony Nelson, the right guard. Ashton Beers, the center. Greg Johnson, the left guard. Nathan Roy, the left tackle. Darius Taylor, the running back. Under center, Lindsey. Smith to the left. Coy Parrish to the right. Double tights to the right. Bibber and Walsh. We've not seen Gears in this game. In motion is Parrish. It's a play action. Rolling right. The throw to Taylor. Turns it up. Gets to the 20 and chopped down there at about the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 6. It'll be a 2nd and 4. No clock here in overtime. The only clock to pay attention to, the play clock, to make sure you don't get a delay of game. So 2nd and 4 here. Down 3. A touchdown wins it here in the bottom half of the first OT.
Well, they have certainly taken my, I don't know if they're taking my advice. We talk about getting the ball to your best player. They've gotten the ball to our best player the last 5 times in a row that we've had the ball.
Lindsey out of the gun with Taylor to his right, wide side to the left. Logan Loya, the receiver there. Straight handoff to Taylor. Lowers the shoulder, and he's got a couple. And he gets to about the 17. There is a marker down. That side judge on the far side. And let's hear the call here.
Offside. Defense. Number 1. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Results in the first down.
That's the head linesman, I beg your pardon, makes the call. And that was Keyshawn James Newby, who we thought was offsides on the sack earlier. This time he was just lined up in the neutral zone. Don't have to sweat out a 3rd and short here, as it's 1st and 10 at the 14. And the playbook is open here for P.J. Fleck and Greg Harbaugh and his quarterback, Drake Lindsey. Tight bunch to the left, 2 tight ends plus Jalen Smith. Under center, Lindsey. They're doing a lot of stunting, and now the Gophers are going to switch and go to the pistol set with Taylor to the left. That's the wide side. Lindsey wants to throw. Flushed, hit, and he moved the stack forward, but he took a sack back at the 17.
That might be part of the reason we're not dropping back in pass. We haven't done a real great job in pass protection so far today. We've kind of used some sprint outs and some play action to get the ball out on the perimeter, but the straight drop back, we have not been very successful in giving Drake the amount of time that he needs to pass the ball.
Yeah, Marcellus Marshall had no chance. James Newby just went by him. He didn't get the sack, but he forced the slide up in the pocket into traffic. Marcellus is going to have to block better if the Gophers are going to win this in overtime. Wide side to the left, Taylor to the left on 2nd and 14 after the sack. Parrish is in. He goes in motion. It is a straight handoff and then a give back on an end around to Parrish. Turns it up, has a little space inside the 15 to the 13, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9, a gain of about 5 or so.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're going to do anything you can to win. It's just a little bit of a unique play right there. You got Drake Lindsey out there even trying to throw a block for his buddy out there, trying to split him there. If he'd gone up and got one more block, he might have been able to get that next level.
3rd and 8 officially from the 12. Lindsey could end it with a touchdown. From about this spot, he found Jalen Smith in the first half. Lindsey waits out of the pistol, straight drop, has time, throws toward the end zone. It is a diving attempt and caught! Touchdown! Jalen Smith back to the end zone, walks it off on a baseball field.
Jalen Smith said, "Throw me the ball" on the sideline. Justin heard him pick it up. They throw him the ball. He comes out there. That was a tremendous catch. We didn't see very much of it because we're about 130 yards away from it, but it is a phenomenal catch.
Unbelievable. It will be under review. He just laid out like Byron Buxton in center field. They're going to review it. They got to make sure the ball didn't hit the ground at his chest. We'll get a good look at it here on the replay. Lindsey to the back of the end zone.
The previous play of a touchdown is under further review.
The first look we had, to me, looks like there's no chance it's overturned, but we got to look at all the angles. I mean, you talk about a catch, DT. Jalen Smith launched himself, laid out like Buxton. And now they're going to look at the replay here.
The catch is good. They're bringing the
well, they were bringing the stage out. You're right. Now they're moving it back because they're not sure. Yeah, that his arm's under it, DT.
Yeah, that and he has control of it.
And he's got control. That is going to be.
And that's why you play in bowl games, Mike. You want to have those highlight plays, those highlight minutes.
Yeah.
That's why you play in the bowl game. That's why you play the game.
They're showing the replay on the big screen. All the New Mexico fans waving incomplete, but I don't think so. I mean, his arm, we're watching, his arm is under. Remember, it's got to be overwhelming evidence to overturn it. Arm is under it. I don't think it ever hit the ground anyway. Even if it juggled for a minute, I don't think it ever hit the ground. The back judge is now signaling to the others, and let's listen here. Here's a referee.
After review, the ruling on a touchdown has been upheld.
Gophers win
of the game.
20-17 on a spectacular grab by Jalen Smith. His second touchdown of the night. Both were incredible, and the kid from Mankato, the red shirt freshman, gets it done. I mean, that's one of the better catches in the history of the school.
I agree. We've had a handful of them. You think about Tyler Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Daniel Jackson, but that is one of the best touchdown receptions that we've seen. He had 2 of them today.
2 big touchdowns, ends with 4 on the season. We will take a break. The post-game show is coming up. Unless Guardsy, no, we'll take the break. Let's do that. We'll come back. Post-game show on the way. This is Golden. No break. Let's go to JG.
Ready.
Ready?
I've got PJ at midfield.
All right, go ahead, JG.
Well, now he's talking to a New Mexico player, so we're going to let him do that. He's got another New Mexico player talking to Aiden Gooseby. He wants to give a quick handshake. Now he's talking to an official. Now we'll get it to you, Coach. It was hot in here for a lot of different reasons, so how'd you pull that one off tonight?
I don't know where to start. I mean, that wasn't a very clean game by us. But this is what we've done all year. The Cardiac Gophers, we find a way. They never quit. They respond, even after that kickoff return. There's no such thing as momentum. There is a next thing as the next play. There is such thing as the next play, and you can win that 1-0 play, and that's all they did. Got it to overtime. Wasn't as pretty as maybe we wanted it, but we won another OT game.
That was a walk-off. If this was the walk-off for Anthony Smith, what will you remember about this one from him?
Oh, I hope it's not. But if it is, I mean, he's one of the best players ever to put on a Gopher uniform, and he's an even better person. So I'm just so excited to be his coach, so excited for his future.
Captains to join us here shortly. We do have a Sun Belt Conference officiating crew led by Stephen Robinson, the referee.
Vaughn Cowett is the umpire. Headline judge is Stuart Slaughter. Richard Godfrey's the line judge. Field judge is Brandon Harris. Sign judge Andre Bolognese. Eric Apolinas is the back judge. Eric Steen is your center judge, and our replay official, should we need him, is Brian Beckering.